3-4 against the Blue Jays. Kazmir's pitch golfed into the air into left center field shallow. Coming over the left fielder, Kyle Crawford. Now he gives way to the center fielder, B.J. Upton, who didn't see it for a moment. Looking up into that roof here at the Trop, and he makes the catch when it's all said and done.
Designated hitter number 26, Adam Lind.
That's a case where Crawford came over and then took his eye off the ball and deferred to Upton, and then Upton, because of Crawford's look like he was going to make the play, he hadn't really located it, and finally, because of the hang time, they get what the end result they wanted.
Haven't seen anybody misplace fly balls in this ballpark previously.
Adam Lind takes outside.
We were playing in Minnesota there for a moment.
Adam hitting .308, 18 home runs, 57 RBIs. Here at Tropicana Field, it's a place where you can take your eye off the ball and relocate the ball. Lind hammers one deep to left center field. Long run, Carl Crawford running along the track. He's at the wall, and there she goes. Home run, Adam Lind, number 19. And the Blue Jays are in flight here in the first, leading the Rays 1-0.
I'm not sure right now which left-hand hitter, if any, has as much or at least more power than Adam Lind to the opposite field. He is really something, and Kazmir continues to have problems this year against left-hand hitters.
That pitch split the middle of the plate, and it was thigh high, and Lind deposited it up about 3 rows in left center. So with that, here's Scott Rowland on a career-high 24-game hitting streak. Rowland takes strike one call. Kazmir starts him off with a changeup. Well, that's Adam Lind's way of saying, vote me into the All-Star game. The T-shirts that the Blue Jays are wearing say, Lind your vote. Fastball is outside. At MLB.com, they have a running tab of the leaders, and right now, Ian Kinsler is leading the way of the 5, trying to make that All-Star roster as the 33rd man. Adam is last. Rowland hammers one to right field pretty deep. Back for this one goes Gabe Kapler. He's at the track, makes the catch, and the inning is over. So get out and vote for Adam Lind. Ian Kinsler's on top, followed by Brandon Inge, Sean Figgins, Carlos Pena, and Adam. Well, here Adam gives the Blue Jays a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the first here in St. Pete. You're listening to Blue Jays baseball against the Rays on the Fan Radio Network. 39. When Talent has won, and he's won 5 games, he has walked only 13 over those wins, holding opponents to a 141 average. And with that changeup, right-handed hitters haven't hit too much off him. In fact, just 214. Here's B.J. Upton, right-handed hitting center fielder. He takes a strike. However, for Brian in the 6 losses, he has walked 32, and that has really been his Achilles heel and leading to those losses. His ERA as a result, 6.34 as opposed to 1.18 when he wins. Upton takes it high. So we'll see what Brian does here in this start. Opponents are hitting just 230 off him, but with 49 walks, that's their ticket to some success against him, even with that great changeup. Upton jackknifes away from a pitch inside, 2-1. BJ hitting 240. Last night, his first 3 at-bats, the rookie Mark Zepchinski struck him out all 3 times. Towards 7 strikeouts for the rookie over his 6 innings of work. Upton takes it low. Back last night, Zepchinski set a Blue Jays franchise record with those 7 strikeouts in his major league debut. The previous record was 6, been done 3 times, and most recently by young Brett Cecil this year, back in May against Cleveland. Upton takes outside, ball 4, and there's the walk, number 50, that we just talked about.
The success for Talent this year is really centered around the changeup, but I think the number of walks probably also centering in that direction, that change of pitch that's tough to control, and so you kind of take the good with the bad.
Well, in Brian's last 2 starts, he's lost them both to the Phillies and the Yankees, and he's walked 10. 4 times he walked the Yankees, and he had 6 walks against Philadelphia, and starts the game here with a walk against Tampa Bay's leadoff man, B.J. Upton, and that puts him at first with 30 stolen bases. of a Major League high 125 for Tampa Bay. 1-0 Blue Jays, first inning. Carl Crawford up. Upton with a huge lead. Slide step, Tallett's pitch, hit into shallow left field. Out goes Scudero. In comes Bautista. It's a base hit. Jose takes it on a hop. And at second base, B.J. Upton. And at first, Carl Crawford.
Jose Bautista can't get to it. You're just not going to get to it in left field. He runs very well, gets a good jump. But this is just one of those little bummers that even though Carl Crawford left the plate upset, he's got to be very happy right now. Just found that no-man's zone.
The batter now, Evan Longoria. 2 on, nobody out first inning. Blue Jays up 1-0 on Adam Lynn's 2-out home run to left center. Talent here facing the Rookie of the Year from last season, who this year's hitting .285. Longoria takes a strike at the knees. Allen, here's one of the byproducts from the leadoff walk with speed. Scudero is shortened up around the second base bag. If there's one out and nobody on, he's back and might make that catch of the little pop-up into left field.
Changes everything. When you have to play in that double play depth, especially the speed you talk about, that infield really shallows up.
That's what speed does for Tampa Bay, and power. In the major leagues, the team to 100 home runs and 100 stolen bases, the quickest in the history of Major League Baseball, just through 77 games. Talent set. Look at second. Upton a big lead. Talent deals, and Longoria hits a fly ball to right near the line. Moving over quickly, Alex Rios. He's in fair territory, makes the catch. Upton bluffs the tag. Throw comes through, cut by Marco Scudero to keep the runners in place.
These Rays become much better when Evan Longoria starts swinging that bat again. When he was swinging it very well early on, they didn't take full advantage, but he is some kind of player.
He has really fallen off with this flyout. He is just 2 for his last 32. His average was at .312, and now it's dropped to its lowest point since the second day of the season at .285. And you know you're not going to contain him that long, Allen. He's gone 16 games since his last home run.
Yeah, he's just too good of a player on all aspects of the game. Defensively, he is some kind of third baseman.
Here is Carlos Pena. He and Adam Lynn vying for that last spot with Sean Figgins, Brandon Inge, and Ian Kinsler on the fan voting. Pena hitting .228, leads the American League in home runs with 23. The Major League leaders, Albert Pujols, with 31. Blue Jays 1, Rays nothing. Pena belts one to right. Coming in, Rios reaches down, makes a great shoot-top catch. Throws to third. It's cut by Scudero. Upton tags and comes in safely to third base.
Took a fine play by Alex Rios. This line drive had disaster written all over it for the Blue Jays. And as Alex came on, that hooking, sinking line drive had to be caught just above the shoes.
Yeah, that was a nice job and tough play. 2 outs. Upton at third, Crawford at first. Now the double steal is a definite possibility here with these two. Crawford leads the major leagues with 41 thefts. He's at first. And Upton has 30. He's at third. 71 stolen bases between them. And a throw to first base, and it looked like Crawford's first move was to second.
Crawford, Upton, Bartlett, they're all so quick that they can lean as they stand there with that lead at first base, telling the pitcher they're going to go and still get back on a throw to first.
Blue Jays 1, Rays nothing. First inning, 2 on 2 outs. Raul Chavez is the catcher. Excellent arm. The stretch. Runners do not go. The right-handed hitting, in this case, switch hitter Ben Zobrist takes it low, ball 1. Zobrist is going to the All-Star game. He's hitting .282. He has started at 6 different positions. He has 16 home runs and driven in 46. Talent ready again. Upton a big lead down from third. Talent's fastball is high, 2-0.
Scott Rowland's not going to be too concerned about that big lead at third base with 2 outs. Upton is not going toward the plate as long as Brian Talent continues with this slide step.
2-0 is a great pitch to run on. If you're Zobrist, you figure something's going to be around the plate to whack at, and we'll see what Joe Madden does here with all that speed on. Kevin Millar holds on the runner at first. The stretch by Talent. Runners do not go. Talent's low, ball 3.
If there was any inclination on the part of Rolen to come toward third following the pitch, you know that Raul Chavez, who just as I was speaking was staring at Scott Rolen, he would love to throw in that direction.
On deck, Pat Burrell, who won it yesterday. 3-0 pitch is at the knees for a strike. Zobrist yesterday went 1 for 3, but he also walked with 2 outs in the bottom of the 11th inning off Brandon League. Stole second, and then Pat Burrell won it with a walk-off home run to left center. The stretch. And a throw to first. Here's Upton to the plate. Millar's throw, the slide, they don't get him. Tampa Bay won, the Blue Jays won.
I don't think I've ever seen that, and maybe that's what the huge lead for Upton was all about. Maybe he had said to himself, if Talent makes the mistake of throwing to first base one more time, I'm going to burn him, and he burned him beautifully.
And there was nothing Millar could do. He stepped right into the throw over from the mound, threw to the plate, which was blocked by Chavez, but Upton was too quick, and he scored with a slide.
Upton did not hesitate. Once he saw Talent head toward first base, gone.
Crawford the lead. 3-1 pitch to Zobrist, fouled off first base side. Well, there's a steal of home right there for Upton.
All about speed here in the inning for Tampa Bay.
That's 31 for him, and 126 and counting for the Major League leaders in Pets.
Third time in Upton's career he has stolen home.
And that's the right call. There goes Crawford, 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. But the inning produces B.J. Upton's third steal of home in his young career. And at the end of one, that offsets Adam Lynn's home run, and it's even at 1. You're listening to Blue Jays baseball here against Tampa Bay on the Fan Radio. Top of the second inning at Tropicana Field, a 1-1 game. Lefty Scott Kazmir to face Vernon Wells. Vernon on a 7-game hitting streak. Takes inside ball 1 and to skip his feet almost as if riding a bicycle, and he bicycled right over the plate into the other batter's box just to avoid being hit. Vernon's had great success against Kazmir. 10 for 27, hitting .370, and that includes 2 home runs. Vernon takes it low. Vernon Wells this year has 27 hits at home, hitting .172, 63 hits on the road, hitting .337. 2-0 pitch is high. And both at home and on the road just having a terrible year, hitting with men in scoring position. Just .125 is average at home and only .216 on the road. Fastball for a strike.
Really showing nice signs, though, over the last 3-4 days. Picking up a number of hits that have been infield style, but he had a big one last night with Aaron Hill at second base. Just a great throw from Upton. Cut that run down at the plate.
He waits a 3-1 pitch and belts it deep to left field. Has he done it again against Kazmir? Yes, he has. There she goes. And Vernon gives the Blue Jays a 2-1 lead here in St. Pete as he hits his 9th and 3rd off Kazmir.
Well, oxygen is being pumped into the life of the bat of Vernon Wells.
To start the second half, when the Blue Jays open up against Boston, maybe somebody outside the Rogers Center could paint on it Tropicana Field.
Yeah. Something other than Rogers Center, apparently.
Even Cito can't figure that out, that Vernon would have only 27 hits at home with that .172 average. And that's a good hitter's ballpark. The Rogers Center, as Kevin Millar takes a strike, is 5th in the major leagues, giving up home runs to begin with. It's a great place to hit. Millar lines one up the middle. That's a base hit into center field.
This is nowhere near the stuff of Scott Kazmir that he has featured in years gone by. And I'm sitting here thinking that the numbers that we're looking at in terms of the ERA coming in, very reflective of what I'm seeing in terms of the stuff.
I think in part this goes back to the 33 games he missed with that quad injury, and on the disabled list, this is just his third start since he was activated on June the 27th, so he's starting over again. No excuse, but that injury literally cut right into his year here as Rios takes a strike. He's the all-time leader for Tampa Bay in wins and innings pitched. Rios takes it inside, the ball off the glove of Gianna Navarro, heading for second. Millar, the head first dive, the tag, he's in there, just beating the tag.
You don't often see an infielder take a bounce throw and be able to catch it while sweeping down with that tag, but that's exactly what Ben Zobrist did right here and made it extremely close.
Kazmir with a wild pitch, got by Navarro and read well by Millar. Once he saw the ball go out of that dirt cutout behind home plate, he took off, and a very close play at second.
Usually you see that glove come upward, but not in this case.
And the 1-1 pitch to Rios is low. We're in the second inning. The Blue Jays have hit a couple of home runs. Adam Lind with 2 outs and nobody on in the first, his 19th. And now Vernon leading off the second, his 9th. And the Blue Jays lead it 2-1 after B.J. Upton stole home on Tallett's pickoff throw to first in the Rays first. Rios takes strike 2 called. It's 2-2.
His changeup has become much more prominent now for Kazmir.
Alex to the plate here, hitting .260, 10 home runs, 44 RBIs. Hit the 10th home run at Yankee Stadium with 2 men on back on Monday in a Blue Jays 7-6 win, their only win in the Bronzer in that 4-game series. Millard the lead at second, nobody out. Rios swings and he misses strike 3, pulled off the pitch, and Kazmir gets his first strikeout tonight.
Left fielder number 23, Jose Bautista.
Say, take a Rogers road trip with the Blue Jays. Speaking of New York, you could win a private jet trip for you and 5 friends to see the Blue Jays play in New York and meet the players as well. Visit BlueJays.com/Rogers for full contest details. Jose Bautista hitting here in the second inning. Blue Jays lead at 2-1. Kazmir misses inside, ball 1. Bautista hitting .262. Jose yesterday a pinch single in the 9th inning. Fastball at the knees, 1-1. Jose, even with that pinch hit, just 12 for his last 59, hitting .203. Trying to bring Millar home from second base with 1 out. Fastball in there, strike 2 called, 1-2. On the home hardware out-of-town scoreboard, Boston's at home, no score, end of 1 with Oakland. Tim Wakefield is going to the All-Star game. He's 10-3 against Trevor Cahill, 5-7 to the A's. Kazmir's pitch outside. I really like the choice of Joe Madden to take Tim Wakefield to the All-Star game. It was his call, and he said, I did it because he'd never been to an All-Star game, and his body of work deserved that. All those years that he's pitched and pitched successfully. The 2-2 pitch, a half swing, Bautista goes around, 2 down. And the reason, Alan, that I took note of that was sheer recognition for a career for Wakefield, and he'll honor and cherish that first All-Star pick. And perhaps Joe might do the same with Roy Halladay when it comes to starting that game in St. Louis on the 14th. I think if you haven't caught a knuckleball pitcher, the glove could be as big as a sofa, and it might not do you any good.
Ego container when you're going to catch him, too.
Chavez hits a fly ball to right field. Coming on quickly, Gabe Kapler. He's there in fair territory, puts it away, and the inning is over. Vernon Wells homers to start this second, and Millar's left at second. Through 1.5, Blue Jays 2, the Rays 1, as you're listening to Blue Jays baseball on the Fan. Burrow will be followed by Jason Bartlett and Gabe Kapler. 2-1 Blue Jays here in the Rays' second inning. 1-2 pitch. Belted the left. That's a base hit down the line. That'll go into the corner. Picked up on the track by Bautista. He's got only one play. That's to throw it to third. And Burrell has half a home run here a night later.
And I imagine Joe Madden, the skipper, has more than half a smile going on right now. If the Rays are going to make the noise in the second half they need to make to surpass the Yankees and the Red Sox in particular, they need the bat of Pat Burrell. They need the bat of Evan Longoria, and this is one big step in that direction.
It sure is, and for Brian Talbot, this marks 2 straight innings now that the leadoff hitter has reached. B.J. Upton walked in the first, and later from third stole home on a pickoff throw to first, and now the double by Burrell. Bartlett up, hits one to center field, back to get it, Vernon tagging Burrell. There's the catch. Here comes Burrell. Long throw to third, on a bounce, the slide. He's in there safely. As Rowland had to leave the bag a bit to his left to take it on a hop.
There are occasions for outfielders where you don't have to hit the cutoff man. This was certainly one of those where nobody else can move up.
Gabe Kapler, the batter, right-handed hitter. That forces the infield in for Cito Gaston's Blue Jays. Well, Burrell shows a lot of experience, and as soon as that ball was hit and he saw it gauged by Wells, he broke back, tagged, and smart base running. Advantage now for Kapler. Kapler hitting .245. He takes it high, ball one. Kapler, in his last 31 plate appearances, 13 for 26, hitting .500 with 4 home runs, 6 doubles. That's why he's getting the lion's share of work here. Working with former Blue Jay Gabe Gross in right. 1-0 delivery is low. Kapler's one of those who just keeps on keeping on. He's in his 11th Major League season. He's been with Detroit, Texas, Colorado, Boston, Milwaukee. He's played in Japan. Takes great care of himself, and as a result just keeps on playing. He's 33 years of age, signed a 1-year contract here in January. Blue Jays lead at 2-1 on home runs by Adam Lind in the first, and Vernon Wells leading off the top of the second. We're in the bottom half. Kapler hits one foul straight back. On that home hardware out-of-town scoreboard, Oakland scored off Tim Wakefield in the second inning, and going to the bottom of the second in Fenway Park, the A's with an early 1-0 lead over the Red Sox. Now it's 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. The Yankees are in Minnesota. Went to later start. Then they've won at Comerica Park. Detroit leads Kansas City 2-0. Zach Greinke 10-4 pitching that one. Has already given up 2. Baltimore just scored 5 at Safeco Field in Seattle in the 9th inning. They were down 3-0. They now lead the Mariners 5-3 going to the bottom of the 9th. Kapler hits a foul outside of third and right past Pat Burrell, leading off in foul ground. 2-2. On deck, 9th hitter Deanna Navarro. Blue Jays wearing their black shirts and caps here tonight. The Rays in their home whites. Burrell down from third with 1 out. 2-2 pitch to Kapler. He looks it over outside. Ball 3. The Rays yesterday snapped their 4-game losing streak that started in Toronto when they lost 5-0 to Ricky Romero and Jason Frazier. But here at home, they've won 6 in a row now and 11 of their last 12 games. They're 27-13 here at Tropicana Field. The 3-2 pitch. Kapler pokes at the right field, a base hit. Burrell scores, and this game is tied 2-2.
Well, this is just simply a case of Brian Talent making an awfully tough pitch down and away, and Kapler reaching out with one hand and flaring it to right. Beautiful piece of hitting.
There's Kapler adding to those numbers we just talked about. That's what you want if you're going to swing at ball 4. If you're going to do that, put it in play and get a base hit out of it. Otherwise, Talent walks his second. And here's Deanna Navarro. Switch hitter, up here batting right-handed. Talent slide steps, a strike on the outside corner. Kapler will run with this group. He's 3 of 5. Navarro hitting .214. Right-handed as he is now, a much better average at .264. Infield looking for a double play. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Navarro fouls one off to our right, just shy of the mezzanine. It's a count of 0-2. Blue Jays have lost 8 of their last 10 games. They're just 1-4 on this road trip. 1-3 for the year against Tampa Bay. And the Blue Jays just struggling in the Eastern Division. They're only 8-15. Do not have a winning record against any club. Strike 2 pitch. Line to center field. That's a base hit in front of Vernon. Up to second base goes Kapler. And the Rays have 3 hits here in this second inning.
Not a bad pitch either. Here's a fastball at the knees. And Navarro just does what a hitter wants to do. Hit it back up the middle. Not all that sharply hit, though.
Now B.J. Upton to the plate. Leadoff hitter drew a walk in the first inning. After Adam Lind, with 2 down in the top of the first here tonight, homered to left center field off Scott Kazmir. That put the Blue Jays in flight. His 19th home run, 58th run batted in. That's one behind Aaron Hill's 20 home runs and 59 RBIs. But just as quickly, Upton walked in the bottom of the first. Crawford singled him to second, and Upton later stole home. B.J. fouls one at the plate. With 2 on and nobody out, Longoria flied out to medium depth right field. But when Carlos Pena lined out to right, Upton tag came to third. And with Ben Zobrist at the plate, Talent threw over to first base. Scott Rowland was backed up at third, so Upton took liberties with his lead. And as soon as Talent started his move to first base, Upton broke for the plate and easily beat Kevin Millar's throw from first to the plate. His third theft of home plate in his young career. He takes a strike, 0-2. Then Vernon Wells led off the top of the second inning with a home run to left. That made it 2-1 Blue Jays. Vernon's 9th. Millar singled and was wild pitched to second, and as the Blue Jays have shown this year, we've indicated more hits than any club in the majors, more doubles than any club in the majors. But Millar was at second with nobody out, and Rios, Bautista, and Chavez could not get him home, let alone get him over. And the Blue Jays settled for just the 1 run. Upton takes inside. Now Pat Burrell doubles to begin the bottom of the second, tags up on a fly ball to center, and Kapler singles him home, and now up to second on Navarro's base hit to center. One out. There goes the runner to third. Kapler, the pitch in on the ground through the left side, a base hit. Kapler will keep on digging to the plate and score uncontested. Stopping at second, Navarro, and the Rays go out in front 3-2.
Here's another case of Brian Talent forgetting about being quick to the plate with a man on second base, and it costs him once again. Yes, the base hit likely would have gone through, but you just can't keep having teams run free from second base.
There's a pitch too, Allen, that was away, but it was up.
Left up, and that fastball of Brian Talent's is not what you'd call big-time major league quality in terms of velocity, so he has to combine that nicely on the corner, likely inside against the right-hand hitters.
Carl Crawford up. He singled to left in the first inning. We're in the bottom of the second. The Rays now have taken a 3-2 lead. Crawford swings and he misses strike one. Good changeup from Talent. Crawford going to his third All-Star game. That's the most for any Ray in their young history. Carl fouls one off right side. Yesterday, Crawford went 0 for 5. That stopped his 13-game hitting streak. He starts a new one with that base hit to left in the first. Talent with runners at first and second takes the stretch. Here he comes 0-2. He's outside. Navarro back to second. That helps to contain the speed of B.J. Upton at first. On that home hardware out-of-town scoreboard in the National League, Houston beat Pittsburgh 5-0. Wandy Rodriguez with help from the bullpen and a 5-hit shutout to beat the Pirates. Talent misses outside, 2-2. Atlanta beat the Cubs 4-1 at Wrigley Field. Colorado at home beat Washington 10-4. Troy Tulowitzki home run number 14. Arizona out in the desert beat San Diego 6-2. And the Marlins beat the Giants 7-0 with a shutout of their own. Crawford chases a pitch down and away. He struck him out. And for Talent, his second. Batter now, Evan Longoria. Longoria flied out to right field, leaving 2-1 in the first inning. The Rays 3 runs on 5 hits. The Blue Jays 2 runs on 3 hits. And of the 3 hits, home runs by Adam Lind and Vernon Wells. Talent deals a swing and a miss. Deoner Navarro at second base is 2 for 3 stealing bases, and right there he had a pretty good lead as well, with Brian Talent not paying a lot of attention to him. Now granted, you've got Longoria at the plate, but he's been struggling, just 2 for his last 32. He hits the ground ball to third. Rowland has it. The short way to Hill, that forces Upton and takes the Rays out of the inning, but they scored 2 runs on 4 base hits and leave a couple. So at the end of 2, with Allen up for the next 2, it's the Rays 3, the Blue Jays 2, as you're listening to Blue Jays Baseball.
Tampa Bay lead. We go to the third inning. Top of the order for the Blue Jays. Marco Scutaro, who grounded out to second base in the first inning, leads it off. Marco hitting .281 on the year. He'll be followed by Aaron Hill and Adam Lind. Lind and Vernon Wells each with solo home runs. Lind's coming in the first inning. First pitch to Marco, a fastball, is just inside. This inning is brought to you by the law firm of Blaney McMurtry. Local knowledge, global resources. Visit Blaney.com. 2 runs, 3 hits for the Jays. 3 runs on 5 hits for the Rays, as the breaking ball is through for a called strike. These Rays, to say the least, have not been swinging hot bats of late. And yet they've won 6 straight games now at home. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Slider, a strike call on the inside edge. 1-2 now on Scutaro, who takes a little stroll out of the box. On a recent road trip, Tampa Bay, despite winning the first 2 games in Toronto and going 2-4 overall, they hit .196 as a team. Here's the 1-2 pitch, popped in the air on the left side. The shortstop Bartlett back on the outfield grass. He's under and makes the catch, out number 1.
Shortstop number 2, second baseman number 2, Aaron Hill.
All-star second baseman, if you will, Aaron Hill, will stand in 0 for 1, fly to center field in the first inning. Great numbers, 20 homers on the year, 59 runs driven in. As Scott Kazmir brings it to the plate, fastball hit in the air towards center. Should be easy once again for B.J. Upton. For a second time on the night, Hill has flied to center field, out number 2 here in the third.
Designated hitter number 26, Adam Lind.
Adam Lind 1 for 1 with that solo home run to left center field as he continues to show that great pop going the other way. He doubled last night over the head of B.J. Upton in center, one hop up and over the wall, and that ultimately cost the Blue Jays a run as the ball did bounce over that yellow line in center field. First pitch, a fastball is inside. Lind now with 19 homers on the year. He's 1 RBI back of Aaron Hill with 58. Hitting .311. Slider grounded on the right side. Second baseman Zobrist to his left and in. He'll glove and throw out Lind. And a nice and easy 1-2-3 inning for Scott Kazmir. We go to the bottom of the third. 3-2 Rays on top. You're listening to Toronto Blue Jays baseball here on the Fan Radio Network. Burrell. Already 5 hits for the Rays through the first 2 innings. And 4 of those hits coming in the second as they put 2 of their runs on the board. Shift on for Pena. That means first base side of second, Aaron Hill in shallow right. Scott Rowland drawn in, up even with that baseline between second and third. And the pitch, tap foul on the first base side. 0-1 the count. Pena 7, but don't let that fool you. Leading the league in homers. 23 long balls on the year. And he is a strong influence on this Tampa Bay ball club. A guy that the players look up to, positive in every aspect. Now Scott. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Changeup got him swinging, so Talent keeps the change down and records the strikeout, his third on the evening.
Second baseman, number 18, Ben Zobrist.
There was a case of really pitching Pena well. That first pitch, as you mentioned, the shift was on, was down and away, and Pena rolled over on it trying to pull it. He was not thinking at all about trying to hit that ball the other way.
Ben Zobrist, the switch hitter, stands in 0 for 1, striking out in the first inning. Another member of the Rays headed toward the All-Star Classic. He stands in and takes high, 1 ball and no strikes. Hitting .281. He has been a machine. 15 doubles, 4 triples, 12 homers. Make that 16 homers. Right-hand hitter takes low.
And 8 of those home runs in June.
Just a much bigger year than he has ever put together prior to this season. Takes a strike on the outside edge. Birthday calls are coming in.
That's Tom Young's pacemaker that's going off.
It pulses a little more quickly than this, I think. 2-1 the count. Talent to the wind and brings the changeup. Little half swing going through is Zobrist. 2-2 the count. That changeup so effective when Brian keeps it down. We're 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning. 3-2 Tampa Bay on top. Adam Lind and Vernon Wells with solo homers. Pitches a soft liner into right field. That's a base hit coming on the 2-2 count. Hit number 6 for Tampa Bay, and Zobrist is at first.
Don't know Alan if you know hitting coach Steve Henderson. I've known him over the years. He is really one of the kind of unsung heroes here with Tampa Bay. Doesn't get a lot of credit, but for a team that has hit over 100 home runs and the first to do it in 77 years with the stolen bases, this is a very good 2-strike hitting club as well, where he has them shorten up and go the other way.
Ben Zobrist and Gabe Kapler here on the evening. As the pitch is driven high and deep but fouled down the left field line. Plenty of home run distance. Pat Burrell, who won it last night with a walk-off homer in extra innings, has doubled on the night tonight. That came in the second inning leading off, and he scored run number 2 for Tampa Bay. But Zobrist and Kapler each with 2 strikes just reaching out, not even taking full swings, but laying the bat on the ball as they dropped soft singles into right field. And both coming on that changeup that has induced so many poor swings against Talent on the year. Go over to first base, back in easily as Zobrist. Like the rest of his teammates, Zobrist likes to run. Tampa Bay first in stolen bases in the league. Runner does not go. The pitch is lined to center field. So Pat Burrell's starting to get hot as he singles to center. Stopping at second is Zobrist. 2 straight hits, 7 on the night for the Rays. And this pitch left up. Gallup tried to sneak a fastball by, but Burrell was ready. That brings up Jason Bartlett, the fine shortstop for the Rays. He was voted their MVP last year as they were able to go on to the World Series. He had a number of players who did so well, so quite an honor for Bartlett to be named the MVP. Right-hand hitter. 8 homers on the year. And having a terrific time with the batting average, hitting .352. Checking the runner at second. Talent again checks at second. And now timeout called at the plate by Bartlett. Brian Talent has already seen Tampa Bay take off from second, and not one of their faster runners. That was Gabe Kapler in the second inning. He scored on a base hit at that time by B.J. Upton. But the point is, Talent cannot afford to have the high leg kick, and now he steps off the rubber, asks his catcher Raul Chavez to jog out to the mound.
The Rays a couple of years ago pulled off a great trade. They dealt Delman Young to Minnesota. Kyle Crawford said that was a plus in and of itself. They get starter Matt Garza and an all-star shortstop as well in Jason Bartlett. Sometimes those trades make or break you, and it really made Tampa Bay.
Every organization has their good trades and their bad trades, and on many occasions fans persist in remembering the bad ones. No doubt Scudero up in behind the runner at second as he freezes. The off-speed pitch is through for a strike.
Well, they're not all going to work, but that one certainly did work.
When you can come up with a starting shortstop alone, you've done very well. Guy that's played as well as Jason Bartlett. 0-1 the count. Slide step to the plate as the pitch is fouled off that lead foot, and now Bartlett is going to hobble around. 0-2 the count. 126 stolen bases for Tampa Bay. Number 126. A steal of home by leadoff man B.J. Upton back in the first inning, as Brian Talent was, he thought, just throwing over to first base to drive Carl Crawford back to the bag, but B.J. Upton, who was leading off well down the third base line, had figured it out, and as soon as he saw Talent go in that direction, Upton took off and stole it easily at the plate. Off-speed pitch missing down and in. 1-2 the count. Pena struck out to lead off this third inning. But Brian comes set. And now a spin move towards second base. Just checking to see if Ben Zobrist might be running toward third. It's a move that's all about deceit, and yet it's been allowed by Major League pitchers. Here's the 1-2 from the slide step. Ground ball left side. Diving stop Scudero. He can only knock it down. The runners will move up 90 feet. Infield single Bartlett. Third straight hit for the Rays. And now 8 on the evening. Great diving play by Marco Scudero. Had he come up with it cleanly, His only shot might have been to throw to Roland at third base for the force. But Marco completely sprawled out, just never came up with it cleanly. So the base is loaded now for Gabe Kapler, 1-for-1 with an RBI single in the second inning. Tampa Bay trying to tack onto this 3-2 lead here in the third. Talent works from the stretch. Infield plays back, double play depth. Check swing by Kapler on a pitch inside. They appeal to first, and no is the call. Tim Welke down at first this evening. He is the crew chief. Talent trying to find a way to battle through this early part of the ball game. Really needs that ground ball for the double play. The Blue Jays have not turned one. Here's the 1-0, the change down the dirt. Chavez with a nice job to keep this in front. Kapler on the year hitting .252. That RBI in the second inning, his 21st of the year. 2-3-0 for the Jays, 3-8-0 for Tampa Bay. Talent back to the dish, the 2-0 pitch. Fastball just under the knees. He falls behind a very dangerous 3-0. And now Gabe Kapler is going to step out of the box, check with his third base coach.
Well, here's Brian already at 60 pitches, third inning, averaging 20 pitches per inning. And that's found some of that patience you talked about there with that changeup.
Talent gets his sign, the 3-0 pitch. Fastball beautifully placed at the knees. 3-1, and now the question is, does Kapler stand and take another strike? As a pitcher, if you believe that to be the case, you just try to pump that fastball right through the heart of the plate. But if there's any concern that he might swing, very dangerous pitch. The 3-1. Fastball missing down and away. Snap throw to first base is not in time, but it's ball four anyway, so a moot point. As walking in a run is Brian Talent, issuing that free pass to Gabe Kapler. It's now 4-2 Tampa Bay on top, and the base is still loaded with one out. Matt Arnsberg, the pitching coach, is now going to head to the mound. This is a very dangerous play by Raul Chavez on what was already ball four. If the throw goes down the right field line, the runners can move on up.
Well, not sure how often it happens, but this is back-to-back games that Gabe Kapler has walked with the bases loaded. One of those oddities in the game of baseball.
As a hitter, you have to say thank you very much. RBIs start to pile up. Matt Arnsberg has a lot to say on the mound, and Brian Talent just listening and nodding in assent. A run in here in the third inning. The nine-hitter Deoner Navarro stands in 1-for-1. He looped a single to center field in the second inning. And Navarro has had a very slow start to his year, hitting .218. 4-2 Tampa Bay. Navarro, certainly that guy you would love to get to hit the ground ball. You can double him up fairly easily. And the first pitch is taken low. Very close pitch. Raul Chavez trying to frame it right there. Brian Talent just staring in. One ball and no strikes. Talent again comes set. And the pitch to the right-hand hitter popped in the air, foul first base side. That'll find the seats as it evens at 1-1. The inning started with Carlos Pena striking out, but Zobrist, Burrell, Bartlett, and Kapler all now have reached. Hits for the first three, then the walk to Kapler. And now stepping off the rubber after coming set is Brian Talent. Navarro, 5 homers on the year. He's driven in 24. Talent comes set. And the 1-1 pitch. Off speed, line into right field. That's a base hit. Burrow will score. Being held at third base is Bartlett. And they continue to move up 90 feet. It's now 5-2 Tampa Bay. Second hit of the night for Navarro. And the fourth here in the inning for the Rays. Still no activity in the Blue Jays bullpen. 5 straight hitters have reached for Tampa Bay. And they have just continued to reach out as right-hand hitters and line pitches into right field. Not trying to do too much. It brings up the leadoff man, B.J. Upton. And the first pitch down and in. Ryan Talent falls behind again. Already 9 hits for the Rays. Talent from the stretch. Brings the change low. It's 2 balls, no strikes. And now Raul Chavez is going to go out to the mound and have a little more to say with Talent. Ryan turns immediately from him and heads back toward the rubber. Ryan brings it to the plate. The 3-2 right there. Strike 3 called. Top of the strike zone, and Talent gets the call as B.J. Upton had a pitch to handle. Talent wasn't trying to do too much with this. Simply throw a strike. Might have been the slider, and he looped it right through there. Could have been the changeup as well. Right through the heart of the plate, right around the belt buckle. 4th strikeout for Talent, and now 1 out away from getting out of this 3rd inning where 2 runs have scored. Carl Crawford stands in and takes up an in. There's the 2-2 pitch. Fastball, pop foul, third base side, well back into the seats. Ball boy brings out some new baseballs for the home plate umpire. Crowd very much like last night's. Just under 16,000 in the opener of this series. Here's the 2-2. Hit in the air towards center field. Wells going back, but he has room. He's there to make the catch, and that'll do it for the Rays in the 3rd inning. Talent really minimizes the damage as Tampa Bay puts 2 runs on the board with 4 hits and a walk, and they leave 3. We go to the 4th inning. Rays lead it 5-2. You're listening to Toronto Blue Jays baseball on the Fan. Leads it off for the Blue Jays here as we go to the 4th inning. 5-2 Tampa Bay on top. They've out-hit the Blue Jays 9-3 on the night. 2 of the Blue Jays hits, however, home runs. Adam Lind, number 19 in the 1st inning. Vernon Wells leading off the 2nd. Hit his 9th of the season. Rolen takes a strike to start it. Scott flying to right field to end the 1st. Carrying that 24-game hitting streak. Hitting .324 on the year. 2nd best in the league. He lines one left field side. It's a fair ball and down the line. So he's extended the hitting streak. Now extends the hit as he chugs into second base. A leadoff double here in the 4th.
That hit extends Roland's hit streak to 25.
Center fielder number 10.
25 straight games for Scott Rolen. And just simply not getting fooled. That short stroke has really paid off. Watching him take batting practice, he's hitting almost everything back to center field and to right field. So rolling at second base for Vernon Wells. Vernon with that home run, his 9th of the year in the 2nd inning. Vernon grounds one left side. Tough play for Bartlett. Backhands in the hole. The throw across, not in time. Vernon Wells now has legged out another infield single, and he's starting to pick him up by the batchel. I guess that would be a batch.
Kevin Millar.
Well, Mr. Page would have been happy with that expression. Satchel, batchel. Okay, so infield single, Vernon Wells, back-to-back hits. Rolen had to freeze at second, couldn't move up on this ground ball in front of him. It brings up Kevin Millar. Millar had a base hit in the 2nd. And now 5 hits for the Jays.
Millar takes the off-speed pitch through for a strike. 5-2 Tampa Bay. Blue Jays baseball is brought to you by Rogers, a proud partner of the Toronto Blue Jays. Kazmir back to the plate. Fastball just inside. A reminder about the possibility for you fans voting for Adam Lind for the All-Star game. Adam would love your vote, and very deserving. Again, hitting his 19th home run of the year, 58 RBIs. He has been tremendous. Here's the 1-1, a swing and a miss by Millar. So your chance to vote for Adam Lind. Depending on how you'd like to do it, you can go online to BlueJays.com and vote for him right there. It's very easy. You can also do it by texting A4 to short code 88555. A4, short code 88555. Millar takes inside a very close pitch as it goes even at 2-2. Now, tomorrow afternoon is your last chance to vote, and that deadline comes at 4 p.m. tomorrow. So get those votes in. Adam Lind, a deserving candidate on that short list of 5 to make the All-Star team. Off speed down in the dirt. That'll fill at 3-2 now.
You were looking at MLB.com a couple of innings ago, and we had mentioned that Ian Kinsler had the lead, and now Brandon Inge has overtaken him.
All the Tiger fans getting out and casting those votes, and Inge with a slight lead, but obviously that can change very quickly now. Sean Figgins from the Angels, Carlos Pena of the Rays, and Adam Lind. Runners with their leads. Here's the 3-2. Fastball inside. Millar draws the walk. That puts runners on all bases and brings up Alex Rios.
Right fielder number 15, Alex Rios.
Alex struck out in the second inning, 1 of 2 on the night, recorded by Kazmir. Left-hander goes back of the mound and has a visit with Carlos Pena, who comes over just to remind him everything's fine. Oftentimes you get that pitcher who gets frustrated by what he perceives to be a missed call. Infield back for the Rays. Nobody out, bases loaded. Rios with 10 homers on the year. Kazmir from the stretch brings the fastball line but foul first base side. And that got into the seats in a hurry. Leadoff double rolling, infield single well. Scott could not move up, and then the walk to Millar has him juiced. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball off the fist, fouled first base side. So Kazmir gets in front 0-2. He got Rios with a slider working in on the hands in that second inning. He then came back the very same way on Bautista to strike him out. So we'll see if that ploy changes. The 0-2 pitch, fastball way up and in. You could see Kazmir really reaching back for some extra, but he doesn't have that mid-90s fastball anymore. This one at 91. Chance for the Blue Jays to get back in this one. Game 2 here in the series. And the 1-2, the slider down and in. This misses under the knees. And that very close to the pitch that got Alex. Rios on the year hitting .259. Left-hander comes set. And the pitch. Slider, that's down in the dirt. And it fills the count. And now if you're Alex Rios, do you sit on the fastball and try to juice one? Carlos Pena, the first baseman, again comes toward the mound and has some comments for Scott Kazmir. Runners with their leads. Kazmir from the stretch and brings it to Rios. Fastball, ground ball, third base side. Shortstop Bartlett will glove and go to second for a force as Roland scores from third base. It's now a 5-3 game. RBI fielder's choice for Alex Rios. Runners at first and third now with one out.
left fielder number 23, Jose Bautista.
This is one of those games where it's not a great idea to take the lead because it's been given up so quickly by both teams.
Alex Rios had a chance to really change things right there, and he did get the 3-2 fastball into it. It was up in the strike zone, and yet did very little with it, hitting that slow chopper towards shortstop. Bautista stands in, starts the bat, did not go through in the assessment of the first base umpire, Tim Welke. He might be the only person here in the stadium this evening who believes that way. We'll probably watch a replay from the side. Not to this point anyway on Bautista, but that bat appeared that it might have gone through. Here's the 1-0, a high fastball. Staying back this time is Bautista. 0 for 1 with that strikeout in the second inning. (5-3) Tampa Bay. And again, Kazmir back of the mound, just trying to regroup. Infield playing back, looking for the double play. Kazmir set and brings the 2-0, pop foul, first base side. Bautista just 2 homers on the year. Hasn't seen much of Kazmir through his career. 0 for 2 now. Trying to turn that around. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fastball, that's outside. Close pitch, and Kazmir just posed as he was staring in, waiting for a call. Wells at third, Millar at first. Make that Rios at first. Millar was erased 6-4 on the force. There goes Rios. The pitch is inside. So a walk to Bautista. Second walk of the inning. And second of the night for Kazmir. That'll load him up once again for Raul Chavez. And now the pitching coach, Jim Hickey, is going to come out and join the entire infield of the Rays at the mound.
This has been a real struggle tonight for both these left-handed starters, and Brian Talent, watching intently from the third base dugout, he realizes he's still very much in this game, but with a pitch count that is quickly approaching 100.
And again, that entire infield of the Rays on the back of the mound as Jim Hickey lectures what he would like to have done. Kazmir walks now again, as he's done numerous times here in the inning. Back of the mound. Kazmir has had a tough go on the season. It's not getting any easier here this evening. 1 out. Chavez at the plate, flying to right field in the second inning. Kazmir will continue from the stretch. And again, double play depth in the infield. Great candidate from the Rays' perspective. Pitch is lined to right field. Coming on Kapler. He'll glove. Tagging from third. And not coming to the plate is Vernon Wells. Good strong throw from Kapler. Shuts that thought down. Chavez stings it, but hits it right at Kapler. And now a costly second out.
Shortstop number 19, Marco Scudero.
You have to applaud Chavez for this piece of hitting. He did everything he was supposed to do. But Vernon Wells, with what was not a deep fly ball, simply unable to feel like he could get to the plate, and Kapler unleashed the throw as Vernon was coming down the line. Vernon saw he had no chance. The bases remain loaded, and now Marco Scudero stands in. 0 for 2 on his night. He's grounded out and popped out. Kazmir to the plate. Pitch is lined down the right field side. Slicing and drops foul. About 3 or 4 feet foul down that right field line. Otherwise, the Blue Jays have possibly a bases clearing extra base hit.
Well, you could tell when Scudero kept the bat in his hand, he knew from the beginning that his chances were not good to keep that fair. He was your best read on that one.
As he came up that first base line, he just hung on to the piece of wood. You learn as a hitter to size these up pretty quickly, and Marco knew it. 0-1 the count. Kazmir brings the pitch. Slider, that's a strike called. Marco taking a high-hanging slider. And now Marco has a brief chat with the home plate umpire, Bill Welke. Marco also has to realize this was a pretty good pitch to hit, if you're thinking about pulling in particular. 0-2 the count. Kazmir to the plate. Slider down in the dirt. Kazmir comes into play tonight with an ERA at 6.79. That tells a pretty good story. A guy who's been a very good pitcher in the major leagues and still just 25 years of age with that quad injury this year. Just simply has not been able to get back where he would like to be. Gets his sign. And the 1-2. Fastball inside, trying to pick that inside edge. And this the best velocity of the night, 92 on the fastball. So as he's moving along with his evening, that fastball getting bit by bit a little bit better. Runners lead. And the 2-2. Change down in the dirt. That'll fill it now. 3-2 the count on Marco Scutaro. And Marco, who holds that bat so still, able to spot this pitch early and keep the barrel back. Now the runners will be going with 2 outs in the full count. Wells at third, Rios at second, Bautista at first. Very good speed for the Jays. Kazmir from the stretch. There they go. The pitch, fastball hit on the ground, right side. Off the glove of Pena. It kicks into right field. Wells scores. Here comes Rios. It's a base hit, providing 2 runs for the Blue Jays. Stopping at third is Bautista. And we are all even at 5 on the 2-run single by Marco Scutaro.
Second baseman, number 2, Aaron Hill.
Carlos Pena got to it, but a very tough play as he got the leather on it. Trailing in behind was the second baseman Zobrist, but as the ball clanked off the leather of Pena, it then eluded Zobrist into right field, and the Blue Jays take advantage. Runners at first and third, still 2 outs now for Aaron Hill. 3 runs in here in the 4th inning. Kazmir to the plate with an off-speed pitch down in the dirt. Aaron Hill has flied twice to center field.
Marco's not going to the All-Star game, but you and I can appreciate the fact that he would have earned his way with another vote or 2, the way he has hit and played his position.
He's just been a stellar player throughout the first half. Here's the 1-0. Lined into right field, dropping quickly, but Kapler comes on and makes the running grab. Just above the knees. Gabe Kapler certainly figuring in this 4th inning. Hill stings it, but nothing to show for it. 8 hitters come to the plate for the Blue Jays, and 3 score on 3 hits and a pair of walks. They leave a pair. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning, all tied at 5. You're listening to Toronto Blue Jays baseball on the Fan Radio Network. A key 2-out, 2-run single by Marco Scutaro to get runs 4 and 5 in for Toronto. First pitch here in the inning, a fastball is outside. And this has been one of the problems for Talent here this evening. Inability to get ahead of the hitters. From the line, he brings the 1-0. Fastball a strike on the inside edge. 1-1 on Longoria. Really battling it now is the Rays' third baseman. 0 for 2, hitting .283. The 1-1. Off speed, a swing and a miss. Good sweeping slider down and in. Here in this inning, we'll check in on the home hardware out of town scoreboard. The 1-2 pitch. Hit in the air down the right field side and deep, slicing away from Rios. It's going to hit off the base of the wall and kick away from Alex. Just jogging into second is Longoria. He easily could have had 3, but Longoria has been bothered for some time with a leg problem, and all he can manage is 2 bases. A leadoff double, hit number 10 for the Rays. So Longoria tries to get his bat heated up. He's at second for Carlos Pena, and maybe Longoria, the only member of this Tampa Bay team that you don't have to consider while at second base. Pena has lined to right and then struck out in the 3rd inning. That leading off, it was the 3rd inning, the 2nd straight inning that saw Tampa Bay put 2 runs on the board. Toronto 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, 3 in the 4th inning. For Tampa Bay, 1 in the 1st, 2 in both the 2nd and 3rd innings. So Talent right back to the stretch now. Shift on for the left-hand hitter, and the fastball runs up and in and hits Pena. So Talent puts 2 on before he gets an out here in the 4th inning. And now activity will begin to get going in that Blue Jays pen once again. Dirk Hayhurst, who has already been up and loosened, will now quickly get up. A double by Longoria, hit batter Pena, and it brings up Ben Zobrist. Zobrist has struck out and singled, scored a run. And clearly, Brian Talent did not want to hit Carlos Pena, but the command has simply not been there this evening for Brian Talent. Checking the runner at second, and the pitch to the right-hand hitter, driven high and deep to left field. Back at the wall, it's gone. Ben Zobrist has launched a 3-run home run, and the Rays quickly jump back on top, 8-5 here in the 4th inning. And it simply is not Brian Talent's night. Home run on the night for the Rays, and it comes with 2 aboard. So Talent sees the offense come alive and tie the game at 5, but Brian turns right back around and coughs up 3. And it brings out Cito Gaston. He's going to head toward the mound. He's already pointed toward Dirk Hayhurst, who'll head in from that left field bullpen.
Well, on a day that the Blue Jays release veteran closer B.J. Ryan and activate Scott Downs, Brian Talent leaves here. The Blue Jays have given some long-term contracts to Vernon Wells, Alex Rios, A.J. Burnett, and Ryan. Before the game, we asked assistant GM Alex Anthopoulos about future Blue Jays contracts, and might they put a limit on the number of years of those contracts.
I don't know that you can
That's Alex Anthopoulos talking today about releasing B.J. Ryan with a year left on his contract, so that's $15 million that the Blue Jays have to eat. Ryan just didn't have it this year, and when Downs became available to go back to his closer's role, B.J. was the last pitcher in the bullpen, and today leaves, took it very well. He's a professional, but nonetheless, Blue Jays making a decision that just in B.J.'s case didn't work out this year.
It's not what any player wants that day when the release comes. But at the same time, if you're in the position of a B.J. Ryan and you've got still a year and a half on a big contract, it's a much easier cough than the one the organization, the Blue Jays, has to make in this case. Awfully tough when you realize you have to pay that amount of money right now, no matter what.
And to this point, save for that contract when Vernon was younger, Blue Jays' long-term contracts have just not worked out. And regarding A.J. Burnett and B.J. Ryan, both on the disabled list a number of times, cutting into their productivity.
So nobody out here in the 4th inning. 3 runs in on the home run by Zobrist, his 17th of the year. Pat Burrell 2 for 2 on the night, stands in. First pitch swinging, fouls it back to the screen. Hayhurst, no one-loss record for the Jays. A very good ERA at 1.54. Now in his 11th game with Toronto. 3-2. 4-2 Mets over the Dodgers. The Brewers are hosting the Cardinals. Milwaukee on top 1-0. That in the second inning. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Hit on the ground left side. Roland will give way to Scudero, who backhands the long throw, gets him. Nice play by Scudero, deep in the hole. Burrell doesn't run all that well, and Marco, you could see, just taking his time as much as he needed to make sure he made a good throw. With one out, it brings up Jason Bartlett, 1 for 2 on his night. The Pirates are in Houston. It's a final 5-0. The Astros win it. Wandy Rodriguez having a nice year. The little left-hander 8-6 as he picks up the win. Hayhurst to the plate. The first pitch, fastball popped in the air, shallow in center field. Wells just jogging under, calls off Rios, and Vernon with the catch. That's 2 down here in the fourth. Brings up right fielder Gabe Kapler. The Braves 4-1 winners earlier today at Chicago over the Cubs. Casey Kochman hit number 4. Fukudome his 7th of the year for Chicago. The Rockies win at 10-4 over the Nats as the Rockies continue to play good baseball now. 6 games over the 500 mark and 21-17 at home. Troy Tulowitzki hit his 14th. Fastball up and in on the right-hand hitter. Kapler with a couple of RBIs on the night, singling in a run and then walking with the bases loaded. A couple of walks and 1 home run. That a key here in the inning. Pitches down and in, 3-2. Dirk Hayhurst, though the ERA is very good, has had a tough time finishing off hitters at times. Again, the league hitting .295 against him. He's walked 6 in 11 2/3 innings coming in. Right-hander to the plate. The 3-2 fastball drilled to left center field. That'll drop for a hit. Second hit on the night for Kapler. He's reached all 3 plate appearances. He's at first for Deanna Navarro.
30. Deanna Navarro.
Navarro, switch hitter, turns around and bats left-handed. He's 2 for 2 on the night. And these previously slumbering bats of the Rays coming alive tonight. 12 Tampa Bay hits. They've doubled the Blue Jays in that category. But a game that appears if you can hang in, you might have a chance. Navarro takes a strike. Both bullpens quiet despite the 13 runs on the board, and we're just in the 4th inning. Kapler leads from first base, held on by Millar, leaning towards second, and the pitch off speed is outside. Navarro hitting .221. Last year had a real good year for Tampa Bay. Hayhurst with the 1-1 pitch, a swing and a foul back to the screen. Wound up hitting .295 in that championship season for the Rays. 7 homers, drove in 54. For a catcher, not bad, playing in 120 games. He even had 4 at-bats in the All-Star game last year, going 1 for 4. Hayhurst set. Holds on now. And the 1-2 pitch got him swinging. Good off-speed delivery. Down on strikes is Navarro. And that does it for the Rays in the 4th inning. But they put 3 on the board with the first 3 hitters that come to the plate. They had 3 hits. Big home run by Ben Zobrist. As we go to the 5th inning, Jerry once again takes over. Tampa Bay leading it 8-5. You're listening to Toronto Blue Jays baseball on the fan. Putting up quite a year. I think Probably hurting Scott more than anything else, the fact that he hasn't had the power numbers and the RBIs this year. But if you look defensively and what he's doing, second in the league in hitting, the hitting streak going on right now, very deserving season.
1 out, nobody on in the 5th inning, raised by 3. Cashmere's 1-2 pitch outside.
And watching Scott Rowland, the way he's handled the bat over the month now, just about as the hitting streak has gone on, I could see Scott winning a batting title. He's not the same power guy that's going to give up a lot of at-bats that we've seen in the past. He is just a solid line drive hitter.
2-2 pitch to him, fouled off right side. And there he can protect, and he's used the whole field toward that average.
I don't know if other people would agree, but I can see Scott being a batting champion right now, lining it back up the middle, shooting him to right field.
And the 2-2 pitch. Looped into center field. That's dropping quickly. Upton comes on, slides, and can't hold it. It's a base hit. He pops up. The ball's just in front of him. And Rowland will go back the first 2 for 3 tonight.
How often have you watched through the years of this great game guys who have terrific averages wind up hitting a lot of jammers or balls off the end of the bat? They'll dump him into center. They'll dump him the other way. And Scott gets jammed right here, fights it off, and drops it into shallow center field.
Blue Jays trail at 8-5. Vernon Wells up. He has homered and singled and scored twice. Scott Kazmir, the left-hander, set. Here he comes to Wells. Low ball 1. After the All-Star break, the Blue Jays host the Boston Red Sox. And on that Sunday, July the 19th, Mr. Sub has sports bag giveaway day for you. The first 10,000 fans to receive that Mr. Sub sports bag. So make a note of it. Sunday, July the 19th, that'll conclude the weekend series to start the second half at home against the Boston Red Sox. Vernon loops one foul first base side. Pena goes over to the crowd. He's there, reaches in, makes a backhanded catch right in front of a fan in the front row.
You really have to know your way around here at this ballpark, Tropicana. It's not just a regular curve going down either line. You have to know the area around the dugouts where it's a much larger area for the corner infielders, and then it shortens, juts out back toward the field of play as you go down the line.
Pena beginning to make his presence felt on the field as well. And remember, last year, as here's Kevin Millar, first pitch swing, he fouls one off to the left that goes back into the crowd. Not only last year did Pena lead the runs and 102 RBIs, he won a Gold Glove at first base. He led all first basemen and all infielders with a .998 fielding percentage. Well, he's a pretty slick fielding first baseman in his own right to go along with the home runs and RBIs. Carlos Pena. Millar fouls one back to the screen. It's 0-2 on Kevin. Millar gets the start at first for Overbay. Kevin has singled and walked. The Blue Jays have 5 runs on 7 hits, but trail 8-5. They've been out hit 12-7. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Rowland in first, 2 down. Millar takes a strike 3 call. Pitch on the inside corner. A changeup from Kazmir, and the Blue Jays turned away, leaving a single on. Through 4.5 here indoors at Tropicana Field. The Rays 8, the Blue Jays 5. You're listening to Blue Jays baseball on the home half of the 5th inning here at the Trop as Tampa Bay leads at 8-5. B.J. Upton up. He takes ball 1 from right-handed reliever Dirk Hayers. Upton in the leadoff spot has made his presence felt already tonight. Check swing on a fastball. It's inside. 2-0. Jerry Howarth along with Alan Ashby and Tom Young here at Tropicana Field with Mike and Jason Niven with our intern Pat Schmutty back in our Toronto studios. Delighted you could join us for some Blue Jays baseball here tonight. Great to have you on the Fan Radio Network, and very happy to have you with us on the internet wherever you happen to reside. Upton takes it low, ball 3, 3-0. The Rays with 12 hits. And B.J. Upton walked in the first inning and later from third stole home off Brian Tallard, who made a pickoff throw to first. And that tied the game at 1. Fastball high, ball 4. Upton draws a walk. His second. He's also singled home a run and struck out. Broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Home Hardware and Home Hardware Building Centers. Homeowners helping homeowners. Well, Upton, when he stole home, has 31. He's been caught just 7 times, and he'll pose a threat here to Dirk Hayhurst. Carl Crawford, the batter, 1 for 3. A base hit the left. For this left-handed hitting all-star, there's a throw to first. Upton dives back in. Brian Talent started, went just 3+ innings, charged with 8 runs, all earned on 11 base hits. He struck out 4, walked 2. There's a throw to first. Upton again dives back in. A skip throw, and Millard, first base, had to backhand that throw in the dirt. Talent also hit a man. So the walks hurt him. One with the bases loaded, the other one to Upton, who later stole home. And the hit batter Pena scored on the 3-run home run off Brian by Ben Zobrist. They were all costly here tonight to Talent. The pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. And I think, Alan, what hurt him the most was he was continually falling behind ball 1 on the hitters.
I would have to agree. And as he did so, then when he'd come in through the plate, Tampa Bay was all over the fastball, and they found a way to handle the changeup, just kind of hitting it the other way. Other teams have not been able to do that.
No, they did. Gabe Kapler went the other way. Ben Zobrist went the other way, and with 2 strikes on them. 8-5 Tampa Bay, 5th inning. Again, a throw to first. Again, Upton dives back in to beat the Millard tag. If you're Dirk Hayhurst, you have to do this with that kind of speed at first base. Hill at second, Scudero at short. They're in and over toward the bag. Rolling, even with the bag at third. And Upton, when he takes his lead, always leans towards second, like a greyhound. He does not go. Crawford takes it outside, 1-1. That lead in and of itself is a threat with Upton. On every pitch, it looks like he's going to steal second base. Bautista in left, Wells in center, Rios in right. Raul Chavez, fine catcher. He's done his job. Hayhurst trying to help him out. There's nobody out. 5th inning, the stretch. Upton again does not go. Pitch out, no action. Chavez is thrown out 11 of 22. That's 50% of the time he's been able to get his man. That is outstanding. That's about 30% above the league average.
I'm not sure you help out Raul Chavez with a pitch out. He is so quick on just the standard pitch behind the plate. I can't see him being any better.
2-1 pitch. Hit the left field pretty deep. Back goes Jose Bautista. Track wall. He runs along the track, makes the catch. Pulls up, throws the ball quickly back to Scudero as Upton hustles back to first.
You could see Bautista right after making this catch blow some air out. A sigh of relief, realizing he had gotten himself turned around, and this became a very difficult play.
There was a case with the left-handed hitter. He sliced the ball to left field, and that's what caused the turnaround for Bautista.
Bautista, good speed, good instincts, and very good feet, and he saved himself.
1 out, bottom of the 5th inning for Evan Longoria. He was 0 for 2, leaving 2 men on each at bat in the 1st and 2nd innings off Talent, but opened the 4th with a double to right. And that helped to spark a 3-run, 3-hit rally. The Rays here tonight are 5 for 12, hitting with men in scoring position. The Blue Jays are just 2 for 8. There's a throw over to first. Adam Lind homered in the 1st. Vernon Wells led off the 2nd with a home run. Blue Jays had a 1-0 and 2-1 lead. Longoria takes a strike on the outside corner. Then in the 3-run 4th, after Rios drove home a run and the Blue Jays had the bases loaded with nobody out, that ground ball produced a run. But later with 2 down, it took Scudero's 2-run single to right off Scott Kazmir to tie it at 5. And then Zobrist with his 3-run home run in the bottom of the 4th. There's again a throw to first, Upton back. Hayhurst came on to pick up Talent. retired the Rays, giving up just a single in the process, and now walking a fly ball here in the 5th inning. Upton again does not go. Longoria hits a ground ball to short, taken by Scooter. Will go to second, 1. Hill back to first. Kohler 2, a double play. The inning is over. To the 6th we go. Rays 8, Blue Jays 5. You're listening to Blue Jays baseball on the Fan Radio. The Blue Jays activated Scott Downs. He's in the bullpen down the left field line, and he will again assume his closer's role. BJ pitching so poorly in the last man in the bullpen. Today he was given his release even with a year and a half left on his contract. Rios takes a strike on the inside corner. So that's the story today. We've chatted with Alex Anthopoulos, the Blue Jays assistant general manager, who talked to the media before the game. Rios hits one foul down the right-hand side. But BJ will leave this year 1-1 in 25 games. His ERA was 6.53. Rios hits a high pop-up on the infield. Coming in is the shortstop Jason Bartlett. He makes the catch. And we asked Alex before the game tonight, what was BJ's reaction?
He was a pro.
Alex Anthopoulos on BJ Ryan as Jose Bautista takes inside ball 1. Never easy.
No, it is not easy. And it's the decision by the Blue Jays is an awfully tough one, and I'm really curious what led to it.
Bautista takes outside.
Because oftentimes you've got a year and a half remaining on that very big contract. A guy is borderline, but then again, the guys you're bringing up from the minor leagues to this point have been borderline.
Here, Blue Jays trail 8-5, 6th inning. Bautista lines one up the gap in the left center field. That's a base hit. That goes all the way to the wall. B.J. Upton picks it up on the track, goes quickly back to the infield, and Bautista has a one-out double here in the Blue Jays 6th.
So oftentimes organizations are inclined to ride it out with that veteran who's making the money. Why not earn a little something that you get from the guy, unless there's an issue. And there's no apparent issue with B.J. Ryan, so it's kind of it's a little curious to me.
Here is Raul Chavez. He is flied out to right and lined out to right with the bases loaded back in the 3-run 4th inning. Rays 8, Blue Jays 5. Chavez takes a strike called. And now the Rays will get some activity in their bullpen for the first time tonight. Scott Kazmir is at 92 pitches. Has the lead and has a runner at second with one out here in the 6th. Strike 1 pitches low and gets away on the wild pitch from Deoner Navarro, and to third base goes Bautista.
Wild pitch.
In that Rays bullpen, Grant Balfour will start to warm up down the right field line.
Carlos Pena continues to be the guy in that infield for Tampa Bay who comes to the mound. Just has a brief comment for Kazmir, but he's constantly there, as if he's almost the pitching coach on the field.
Number 50, Grant Balfour, up in the
right now with a runner at third and one out. Blue Jays trying to get that runner home in Jose Bautista. Infield back. Kazmir set. And his pitch hit down the right side foul.
Yeah, I think as I reflect on that a little more, maybe more like the manager on the field. Not being a pitching coach in terms of technical issues, but I think Carlos Pena is that leader on the field for Tampa Bay.
And part and parcel goes with that, the Gold Glove, the fielding percentage, the hitting. Kazmir set. And the 1-2 pitch fouled off third base side.
He's that quality guy. On top of all of it, he's the guy that if you are the manager, you say, you know, you're the guy I would really like to step up and kind of lead this ball club, because sometimes managers and coaches lose touch, and you need that real quality guy in a club to get it done.
Kazmir set. Bautista down from third. And the 1-2 delivery is low. You know what's noteworthy, too, about Pena? We talk about Brian Talent being designated a couple of spring trainings ago and stayed in the organization, and now a starter contributing, although a tough night tonight. But 2 years ago, when the Rays signed Carlos Pena, they designated him in the spring. And then, due to an injury to Greg Norton, they had to bring him back. And are they very happy they did? Talk about a twist of fate as Chavez fouls another one off over the screen.
Based on what I've seen the last couple of years of Carlos Pena, I cannot even believe an organization decided to give up on this guy, and this is not the only organization that's done so.
No, he came up through the Oakland system. Everybody thought that he was going to be the real deal, and he found his way here and is the real deal now. It just took a while. 8-5 Rays, 6th inning. Chavez takes it low. Some players are just late bloomers. He started with Texas, then went to Oakland. Pena's been with Detroit, Boston. The Red Sox couldn't find a home for him, and now he has certainly found his niche here in Tampa Bay. Carlos Pena. Full count pitch to Chavez, grounded up the middle. The shortstop has it and will throw Raul out, but coming in to score from third base is Bautista. Chavez does the job, and the Rays lead cut to 8-6 here in the 6th inning. Nice at-bat there by Raul Chavez.
Yeah, ultimately, he does what we talk about so many times. Put it on the ground up the middle, you'll pick up a run. And he had a good at-bat in the 4th inning with men on base, lining out to right field. Otherwise, with that man on third base, you pick up a run, generally speaking.
Here's Scudero, last time up, a 2-run single, tied the game at 5 in the 4th. Marco breaks a bat in half as he grounds one weakly past third base coach Nick Leyva, but the barrel of the bat fortunately went to the backstop and not into the crowd.
Or into Aaron Hill, who was right there on deck, and Aaron, with that quick reaction, getting out of there.
That was a jam shot, and Scudero just had a twig left in his hand. And we have seen broken bats like that fly around and hit the umpire in the side of the head.
Everybody nearby to home plate is in jeopardy.
Scudero 1 for 3. New bat in hand. Lines one to right field. Back to get it goes Kapler. Gabe is there and makes the catch to end the inning. A wild pitch contributes to the run. It cost Kazmir. But at the end of 5.5, the Rays behind the left-hander have an 8-6 lead. You're listening to Blue Jays Baseball on the Fan Radio Network.
Sports Radio, the Fan 590.
Alice Fazzuli's Italian Grill. It's at 294 Adelaide Street West. That's just 3 blocks north of the Rogers Center. Tie in a Blue Jays game and Alice Fazzuli's, or just enjoy a great Italian meal anytime at 294 Adelaide Street West. Bottom of the 6th inning here at Tropicana Field. The home 9, the Tampa Bay Rays lead the Blue Jays 8-6. Dirk Hayhurst in with a first pitch strike to left-handed hitting Carlos Pena, who's 0 for 2 but was hit by a pitch and scored on Ben Zobrist's 3-run home run off Brian Talent in the 4th inning. That made it 8-5, and that right now that is the swing of the night by Zobrist. Pena takes it low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Talent went 3+ innings, the plus being the double by Evan Longoria, hitting Pena, and the 3-run home run by Zobrist. Brian gave up 8 runs on 11 base hits, struck out 4, walked 2, and hit a man, and the 2 walks and hit that are all figured in. Pena takes inside, 2-1. On the home hardware out-of-town scoreboard at Fenway Park, the A's down 4-1 have scored a couple and are still batting, and have cut that Red Sox lead to 1 now at 4-3. J.D. Drew has hit his 12th home run. David Ortiz his 10th for Boston. Behind knuckleball pitcher Tim Wakefield, who is 10-3 and on his way to the All-Star game next Tuesday in St. Louis. Hayhurst delivers, swinging a line drive, base hit to right field. Rios will have to chase it into the corner. Pena on his way to second. Here's the Rios throw, and Pena's in with a stand-up double.
what's gone on with the Blue Jays pitching in general, but they are having the toughest time on this road trip getting outs.
There, Pena got a pitch that was up, and he whacked it down the right field line. The Blue Jays have their T-shirts that indicate "Lend your vote" for Adam Lind, and for the Rays, it's "Vote for Carlos Pena." So Adam Lind is homered here tonight to make his statement, and Pena's just doubled. Here's Ben Zobrist, who already has a home run here tonight, batting right-handed. Now he's batting left-handed against the right-hander Hayhurst and takes ball one. Elsewhere on that home hardware out-of-town scoreboard, Baltimore out in Seattle at Safeco Field rallied for 5 in the 9th inning, trailing 3-0, and beat the Mariners 5-3. George Sherrill ended up. Well, we'll have to check that here. Baltimore wins it by a score of 5-3. And George Sherrill, the ex-Mariner, ends up with the save, his 19th for Brian Bass. So Sherrill comes full circle. Ex-Mariner saves that 2-run lead and protects it in the 9th inning, turning the Mariners away in that Baltimore win. In Detroit, through 7 innings, the Tigers have a 3-1 lead on Kansas City. Alberto Callaspo is homered for the Royals. Their only run just came in the 7th inning. That game's in the 8th now. In Detroit, Tigers leading at 3-1. Here, Rays 8, Blue Jays 6. We're in the 6th inning. A runner at second and nobody out. Hayhurst set. 1-0 pitch to Zobrist is outside. The Yankees are in Minnesota, and at the end of 3, the Yankees lead Minnesota 3-2 in that game. A.J. Burnett 7-4 against lefty Glenn Perkins 4-4. The White Sox are at home, and in the bottom of the 4th inning lead Cleveland 4-0 in their game. Later tonight, Texas at Anaheim. Here's 2-0 pitch, a strike on the outside corner. In Philadelphia, through 6 innings, the Phillies and Reds are tied 2-2. Jason Worth is homered for the Phillies, number 19. The Mets are at home, and they lead the Dodgers 5-2 in that game. No word if Manny Ramirez has been ejected yet in that game. Manny being Manny, it's something to behold. Pitch on the way is low, and what Manny being Manny is, getting ejected, driving in 3 runs in an 8-0 Dodgers win, and then telling the media playfully, well, Torrey was going to take me out after 5 anyway.
And Torrey's saying, well, okay, that's news to me.
And Joe later doubled back and said, Manny did come and tell me that, so I was aboard with him, but he said, it's something to watch him. The pitch is outside, ball 4. Zobrist draws a walk.
I really like John Kruk, hearing what he had to say on Baseball Tonight. And he pulled no punches. He said it's all about Manny. It's not about the team when it comes to Manny Ramirez. And I think he's right on the money. Not many people are maybe gutsy enough to say that sort of thing, but Manny Ramirez appears to really be one of those guys out for himself.
Batter now, Pat Burrell. Rays at first and second, nobody out here. Hayhurst in his 3rd inning of work. It's 8-6 Tampa Bay. And the right-handed hitter takes it low, ball 1. A double and a walk, putting Hayhurst in harm's way. These finals, Houston shut out Pittsburgh 5-0. Atlanta beat the Cubs 4-1 at Wrigley Field today. Colorado out in Denver beat Washington 10-4. Arizona at home beat San Diego 6-2. And the Florida Marlins shut out the Giants 7-0 out in San Francisco. Chavez went to the mound quickly to visit with Hayhurst. Now he's back behind the plate. And the 1-0 pitch, good curveball for a strike. The Giants yesterday shut out the Marlins. It was San Francisco's 12th shutout already this year. They had 12 all last season. They have 5 shutouts in their last now 11 games. And with Tim Lincecum and Matt Cain doing the honors, they're a team to be contended with. There's a looping fly ball to short left, taken by shortstop Marco Scudero. Throw it to second, call it to a double play. Pena doubled up, back to first base goes Zobrist on a terrific play by Scudero, angling out into left field to steal a hit away from Burrell. And then turning it into a double play. Tell you what, if Zobrist doesn't read that properly at first base, Hill was ready to make it a triple play.
Aaron was dead set on that triple play, wasn't he?
The batter is Jason Bartlett. Well, a big double play behind Hayhurst. Bartlett 1 for 3 with an infield single to short. Home half of the 6th inning. Bartlett lines one to left field, moving to the line. Bautista dives headlong. Can't make the play. The ball squirts off his glove. Zobrist around third. He's heading home. The throw back to third. A double for Bartlett. A run in for the Rays. They lead it 9-6.
Great effort by Bautista, and very similar to a play in New York that he was unable to make. This one may be a little tougher, but Jose's going to tell you, I should have made the play. He is just one of those gritty grinders, and he believes in himself as an outfielder.
When he dove headlong, he caught that ball, but right at the end of the web of the glove, he had it in his glove, but then when he hit the ground dislodged the ball from his glove.
And as you're making that diving effort, your eyes jiggle, and that's where you wind up not catching the ball right in the heart of the glove.
The batter, Gabe Kapler. Right-handed hitter breaks the bat, pops it up on the infield. Coming in is Hill from second. Makes the catch behind the mound to end the inning. 2 doubles around a walk lead to a run. And with that, we go to the 7th inning. Allen up to call it for you. It's the Rays 9 now, the Blue Jays 6. As you're listening to Blue Jays baseball on the Fan Radio Network.
Tampa Bay on top. We go to the top of the 7th inning. It'll be Aaron Hill to lead it off. He'll be followed by Adam Lind and Scott Rowland, 2, 3, 4 for the Jays. And Scott Kazmir. It's been a long, kind of strange night, but he's still on working for Tampa Bay. He brings a strike. Aaron Hill 0 for 3 on the night. Took a nice play to rob him in the 4th inning by Gabe Kapler in right field. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Off speed, missing high. Scott Kazmir, if he gets through this 7th inning, will have logged his longest outing of the season now for Tampa Bay. He's worked 6 2/3 and one other 6 1/3 inning game. Here's a drive to left center field. Long run for Upton. He's not going to get there. One hop up against the wall in left center. Hill will go into second base. A leadoff double. So Aaron, his first hit on the night, 1 for 4 as he stands at second. And for Hill, double number 14.
Designated hitter number 26, Adam Lind.
Pitch left up. Aaron drives it out of the reach of Upton, who has that great speed in center field. Hit number 9 for the Jays. 14 hits for Tampa Bay tonight. Adam Lind, who homered back in the first inning, is 19th on the year, is 0 for 2 since with a strikeout. Kazmir set and brings it to Lind, a fastball under the knees. Say, fans, you can have Major League Baseball available to you at all times, no matter where you happen to be, and you can do it with your iPhone or your iPod Touch. Visit BlueJays.com for all the details. Here's the 1-0. Slider swung on and fouled back. And that would explain Jerry Howarth with that iPhone and iTouch in all occasions, just hanging out and keeping it covered up.
I like to stay up and be on things and modern. And
here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball grounded right side. 2 big hops for Pena. He'll glove. Feed to Kazmir at the bag for out number 1. Moving to third is Aaron Hill. Rays have a right-hander throwing in their pen. Grant Balfour, who has been up already, and now apparently 6 1/3 innings is all that Scott Kazmir may get on this evening. As Joe Madden jogs on out to the mound, he has already pointed to that pen down the right field side.
Well, in this game, with the Rays leading 9-6, Vernon Wells has homered and singled, and on this road trip of now 6 games, he has 12 hits already on the road. Well, we asked his manager, Cito Gaston.
Look, I don't know. I have no idea why that is. And you hear Cito Gaston say that very same thing. There is just no logical explanation, and yet you see it happen over and over to one player or another over the course of a season, not necessarily road and home, but you'll find some of those quirky-natured stats, and again, it's just inexplicable.
And at home, we talked about the fact that the Rogers Center is a very inviting place for hitters.
Yeah, we've heard other teams come in this year. Florida Marlins in particular, who just had a feast with the bats as they came in. They talked about what a wonderful place it is in terms of the background. The hitting background is great for the hitters. And yet, this year for Vernon Wells, it hasn't proved to be the case. So Grant Balfour now will pick it up for the Rays. Runner at third base, that's Aaron Hill after the leadoff double. And moving to third on the ground out by Adam Lind. 1 out here in the inning. A 9-6 game. Infield for the Rays will play back other than Carlos Pena at first base. And so for Scott Rowland, a golden chance to pick up an RBI and get the Blue Jays back within 2. 177 pitches for Scott Kazmir, the reason for his departure. Hill at third belongs to Kazmir. And the first pitch misses on Rowland. Scott already has picked up a couple of hits tonight, doubling in the 4th inning, and that extended the hitting streak to 25 games. He's also singled in the 5th as he looped one shallow into center field, just eluding B.J. Upton. 2 for 3 for Scott. Here's the 1-0. Fastball nicely placed on the outside corner. Balfour 3-1 on the year, 4.19 the ERA. Now in his 38th appearance for Tampa Bay. Has a save in 10 holds. Also has a very good arm. Now leans in, gets his sign, but Scott Rowland asks for time and gets it. Even Longoria at third playing back. Pitches down in the dirt. 2-1 the count. Scott with the 2 hits tonight, hitting .329, already starting the night, second best in the league. Left-hander Randy Choate now throwing in that Tampa Bay pen down the right field line. Jesse Carlson is throwing in the Blue Jays pen down the left field side. 2-1 pitch, hit on the ground, back up the middle. Third hit of the night for Scott Rowland. That'll play to Aaron Hill, run number 7. It's now a 9-7 Tampa Bay lead here in the 7th.
Number 10, Vernon Wells.
So Scott Rowland just continues to swing that hot bat. And again, going right back up the middle. The double he got in the 4th inning, he actually turned on and lined down the left field line. And when you're trying to go back up the middle and to right field, you get the off-speed pitch, you can do that. And Scott has taken full advantage. 3 for 4 on the night. 2 hits here in the inning for the Jays. And now 10 for Toronto. Vernon Wells has 2 of those hits. He stands in 2 for 3 and takes a ball. For Rowland, RBI number 34. Tampa Bay picked up 8 of their 9 runs in the first 4 innings. Ground ball to third. Longoria goes to second for 1. Back to first. The throw is high, and so Wells will beat it. Backing up behind first base is the catcher Navarro, and going nowhere is Vernon Wells. They had a chance at the double play, but the throw from Longoria put Ben Zobrist, the second baseman, in a bad, awkward position, and the throw from Zobrist then high. So one poor throw sets up another, and you see it all the time. And Ben Zobrist obviously put in a very awkward position here by Longoria. That's 2 down, runner at first base in the person of Vernon Wells. It brings up Kevin Millar, who is 1 for 2 in the night. He singled, walked, and struck out looking. First pitch to Kevin misses away. So that force on Rolen goes 5-4. Wells leads at first, held on by Pena. Grant Balfour, right-hander, brings it, slider down in the dirt. Starting play tonight, Ichiro Suzuki of the Mariners leading the American League with a .358 batting average. Scott Rolen started the night at .325. And now, of course, with 3 hits, he continues to push that batting average upward. Throw to first base, drives Wells back to the bag. With the 3 hits now, Scott Rolen hitting .331. Here's the 2-0. That's driven down the left field side, down in the corner. And it's a fair ball and up against the wall. Here comes Wells. He'll head to the plate and score without a throw. RBI double, Kevin Millar. And don't look now. We've got a 1-run game here in the 7th inning. 9-8. The Blue Jays trailing it.
Number 15, Alex Rios.
So Kevin Millar, his 2nd hit on the night. First RBI, that's the 22nd on the year for Kevin. And for Millar, his 8th 2-bagger. And Kevin now in scoring position for Alex Rios, who's riding an over. He has scored a run and driven one in. Two runs in here in the 7th inning. 11 Toronto hits. Grant Balfour struggling now as he's come on. He brings it outside on Rios.
And 4 of those doubles to add to the major league lead that the Blue Jays have. 188 now.
Balfour to the plate, misses under the knees. 2-0 the count. Favorable hitting count now for Rios. Vernon Wells really trying to get some oxygen in the dugout, shaking his head with that head hanging. Of course, we play indoors here, and I say we very loosely here in St. Pete. Rios lines one to center field. This should tie it. It drops for a hit. The throw from Upton is not in time. Sliding in with the tying run is Kevin Millar. RBI single. Rios, we are tied at 9. Now the Blue Jays come up with a 3-run 7th inning and have tied it. Alex Rios, his first hit on the night. And the only Blue Jay hitter now without a hit, that would be the catcher, Raul Chavez. Jim Hickey, the pitching coach, heads out to the mound.
The line for Kazmir, 6 1/3, 9 hits, 7 runs, all earned.
So Scott Kazmir,
2 walks,
who left with a chance to be the winning pitcher tonight, no longer has that distinction.
6 1/3, 9 hits, 7 runs, all earned. 2 walks, 4 Ks, 2 home runs, 2 wild pitches.
Hill, Wells, and Millar have scored in the inning. Rios with his speed at first base, and Jose Bautista 1 for 2 on the night with a walk and a double will stand in. Jose hitting .265, getting that start in left field against the left-hander Kazmir. After a quick start on the year, Bautista then tailed off. There's a pitch out. Rios not going. Bautista then in tailing off has now started to pick it up of late. And when he gets hot, he can be very good with that bat. Balfour to the plate, fastball up and in. 2 balls and no strikes. And Chavez still out on the on-deck circle. You wonder if it comes to his spot, might Rod Barajas grab a bat? Here comes the 2-0. That misses low. So 3 balls, no strikes. Rios hasn't shown any sign of running from first base. Of course, Alex on the year, one of the leaders on the Toronto Ball Club in terms of stealing bases, right along with Vernon Wells. Here's the 3-0. That's through for a strike. Bautista had started toward first base. His heart was not in it.
Joe Nelson, the righty, joints choke in the Rays pen.
Rios has stolen 13 in 16 tries. The 3-1, a strike at the knees. Bautista got that bat started early and might have gone around either way. It's now 3-2. Rios will be on the move. Balfour gets his sign. There goes Rios. The pitch got him swinging. So Balfour fell behind 3-0, but eventually strikes out Bautista. That does it for the Jays in the 7th, but not before they put 3 on the board with 4 hits, and they leave a man. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning in a wild ball game here in St. Pete. Tied at 9. You're listening to Toronto Blue Jays baseball on the Fan Radio Network and Home Hardware Building Centers. Homeowners helping homeowners. 9 runs, 12 hits, no errors for the Jays. For the Rays, 9 runs on 14 hits, also no errors. We went extra innings last night before Tampa Bay finally won on the Pat Burrell 2-run home run. And we could be headed toward that same sort of game tonight. Rays have won 3 of the first 4 meetings on the year between the two clubs. Carlson, first pitch of the inning, misses up and away. Switch hitting Deoner Navarro, batting right-handed now again, 2 for 3 on the night. 1 ball and no strikes. With the 2 hits, Navarro now hitting .220. The 1-0 from Carlson, a strike at the knees. Jesse Carlson, who's had his rough go over the last 3 to 4 weeks, brings the 1-1. That's outside. Jesse with an ERA of .489. He's 1-3 out of that Toronto pen. And now in his 42nd appearance for the Jays. League hitting .275 against the lefty. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fastball drilled to left field deep. Going back, Bautista at the wall, leaps. It's off the wall. Extra bases for Navarro. He's into second base as Bautista gets it back into Scudero. So here we go again, a leadoff double for Navarro. Down and away. Navarro just reaching out, getting the barrel on at this ballpark in St. Pete. Not a big ballpark. Certainly favors the hitters. And the hitters have been all over it tonight. That's 27 hits between the two clubs.
And the Blue Jays have had 1-0 leads, 2-1 leads, tied it at 5, and went ahead and then fell behind 8-5. It's just been one of those nights, too, where they cannot protect the lead.
P.J. Upton, the leadoff man, stands in, takes up and away. Upton has had quite a night of his own. He's 1 for 2. He's had a couple of walks. He scored a run, and that run scoring as he stole home plate, catching Brian Talbot completely off guard in the first inning on a pickoff move to first with Carl Crawford at first. Breaking ball is fouled back. 1-1 the count now on Upton. He's also single driving in a run in the second inning.
This is also one of those road trips, Alan, where the starters have not gone all that long, and so the bullpen has really been taxed.
Blue Jays had leads in 2 of the 4 games in New York that got away. And The pitching staff has just had their struggles. There's no way around it. Here's the 1-1 fastball, a strike called right at the top of the strike zone. Upton, who got caught looking in the third inning, had the bases loaded and one out at the time, and that proved to be a very big out for the Blue Jays. Brian Talent still on the mound. Caught Upton on that pitch left up in the strike zone. 1-2 the count. Carlson gets his sign. Freezes Navarro the pitch. Fastball way up and away. Not even close.
Along those lines, Dirk Hayhurst, while he gave up a run, pitched 3 pretty effective innings. That was a nice job by him tonight.
On the whole, he's done a nice job for the Blue Jays. Good ERA. And yet at times in watching him, it feels like there's this constant struggle to throw strikes. And now timeout called. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. A 9-9 tie. And a leadoff double by the catcher, Gianna Navarro. Carlson comes set. The 2-2. Fouled back. Scott Kazmir, who started for the Rays, left with a chance to win, winds up working 6 in the 3-2 pitch. Little thumber, first base side. Millar on the run. He'll make the over-the-shoulder grab. And the runner at second, Navarro, could only come back to the bag. A very nice play by Kevin Millar going down that right field line. This had a chance to be an ugly thing down the right field line. And it looked like it was going to drop fair very near that line one way or the other. 1 out. It brings up Carl Crawford, 1 for 4 on his night. Crawford with a first inning single. Since then he has struck out and flied out twice. The key on that out number 1 is that the runner Navarro stays at second base. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball missing low, and Jesse Carlson a little extra peek toward the plate, maybe anticipating a call. Carlson again with the sign. And the 1-0. Pitch is fouled back right over the screen on the left side. 1-1 the count. I believe that pitching count for the Blue Jays in that long 9-inning game in New York a few days ago against the Yankees was 188, if I'm not mistaken, which is quite honestly an outlandish figure to need in terms of pitches. They're heading in that direction tonight. The pitch is looped down the left field side, slicing as it goes foul and back into the seats.
Well, this is another situation where when you look at the bullpen, Zito was saying tonight that Jeremy Accardo has again a little bit of a slight groin pull. He's not available tonight. Carlson hasn't pitched for 2 days. He's about as well rested as anybody and might have to pitch the 7th and the 8th. And as Scott Downs was activated to assume that closer's role, whether there's a save opportunity or not, he might have to work an inning.
This is what you get as you get into a major league season. How do you keep everybody ready to play on every given night? And with a bullpen, it's an impossibility at times. The 1-2 pitch. Missing down and away, not close to the strike zone. Much better at 161 pitches. So it's an indication, it would seem to me, that the Jays pitching staff right now is just simply not sharp.
And they are so thankful they have Roy Halladay tomorrow, and certainly looking for him to, if not complete the game, go at least 7 or 8.
Breaking ball through for a called strike. Down looking goes Carl Crawford. And not many agreeing here in St. Pete. So a big second out now. Still at second base is Navarro. It brings up the third baseman, Evan Longoria, who is 1 for 4 on his night. He's also hit into a double play. Longoria still struggling trying to run. In fact, that one hit on the night came in the 4th inning as he hit one off the base of the wall down the right field side. The ball kicked away from Rios. And even with that, Longoria could only settle for a double on what normally would be a triple. The Blue Jays are going to put him on intentionally. There's the second wide one, and they'll choose to face instead the left-hand hitting Carlos Pena. There's ball 3. Carlson brings ball 4, so Longoria will toss the bat away and head on down to first base. Runners at first and second, 2 down for Pena.
Your first baseman, number 23, Carlos Pena.
Pena 1 for 3 on the night. Took a nice play to get him in the first inning. He is struck out, hit by a pitch and scored, and then doubled as he hung out a line shot in the 6th inning. He then got doubled up at second base as Marco Scudero able to get him on a nice play. And that factored in nicely for the Blue Jays. The Rays had set up shop, looked like they were going to get on the board again in the 6th inning. They wound up putting just 1 run on the board in that inning. Pitch to Pena, slider is outside.
Here's another alarming part about both the bullpen and the starters, Alan. This is the 6th game of the road trip. And with that walk, the Blue Jays have issued 33 walks on this trip.
And that's all part of this pitch count that's going on. And I think anytime you start to see that kind of a pitch count is Brad Arnsberg comes out to the mound now along with Raul Chavez. You're looking at a pitching staff that's not sharp. They're not finding the strike zone. When they do, they're probably leaving it in hittable locations. And it's adding up for the Blue Jays simply to have a tough time, even when they swing the bats well, to stay in ball games. Jason Frazier now gets loose in the pen.
Even B.J. Ryan, who was released today with a 1.5 years left on his contract, had walked 17 over 20 2/3 innings with only 13 strikeouts.
And B.J. was involved in that lengthy 10-8 loss for the Blue Jays in New York that I was just talking about. One of the 6 pitchers that day that struggled trying to find the plate.
And B.J. lost velocity, lost location, and when you're walking more than you're striking out, the Blue Jays just could not go with him any longer.
You look at the start for Brian Talent tonight. Despite the fact that he's going to come out of this with a no decision, it wasn't sharp at all for Brian. So now runners at first and second in this 9-9 tie. Bottom of the 7th inning, 2 outs. Carlos Pena at the plate. Here's the 1-0. That misses down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. And no doubt Brad Arnsberg went out to say, hey, look, this is the situation we wanted for you. Lefty versus lefty. You've got to be able to throw strikes and get this man now. Waiting on deck is the switch-hitting Ben Zobrist, who's tearing it up, batting right-handed. Carlson leans in to get the sign. And the 2-0. Fastball jams him as Pena fouls it back. And another thing it's adding up to, Jerry, is when you don't have sharp baseball, the pitchers struggle. You'll play long ball games. We have now played 3 hours. We're in the 7th inning. Jesse comes set. And the 2-1 pitch. Fastball that's just outside. Chavez tried to frame it right there.
If you go back to last Wednesday when the Blue Jays behind Ricky Romero and Jason Frazier shut out the Rays 5-0 in a 2-hour and 24-minute game. Save for one game in New York, the first one that was 2 hours and 57 minutes. So the government will work. Let's just round it off to 3 hours. All the games have been at least 3 hours. And one was 4 hours.
They have felt painfully long at times. Here's the 3-1 to Pena. Grounded toward Aaron. He'll make that Scudero, who's on that right side of second. He'll knock it down and throw out Pena. And so Carlson on the 3-1 pitch gets Pena. So he gets the job done ultimately for the Rays in the 7th inning. No runs a hit. The leadoff double by Navarro. And they leave a pair. We go to the 8th inning. Jerry once again takes over. 9-9. We are tied. You're listening to Toronto Blue Jays baseball on the Fan Radio Network.
Blue Jays baseball on Toronto Sports Radio, the Fan 590.
The Super 8th inning is brought to you by Super 8 Worldwide. Destination Super. Visit super8.ca. Through 7, Blue Jays 9 runs, 12 hits, no errors, and 5 left. The Rays 9 runs, 15 hits, no errors, and 10 left. Chad Bradford, the submarine right-hander, comes on to start the 8th inning to face catcher Raul Chavez, and then the top of the order, Marco Scutero and Aaron Hill. Chavez is the only Blue Jay without a hit, but he had a key at-bat in the 6th inning, getting a runner home from third with less than 2 outs on a ground out to short. He shows bunt and takes a strike. It was 8-5 at the time, Tampa Bay. That ground ball got the Blue Jays to within 2. And then down by 3 in the 7th, the Blue Jays rallied to tie it, and it's 9-9 here as we start the 8th. Bradford set. Here he comes. Ground ball top to the left of third baseman Evan Longoria. He has it, throws Raul out. 1 down. Batter Marco Scutero.
Shortstop number 19, Marco Scutero.
Bradford pitched in the game yesterday, came on in the 8th inning, faced Scott Rowland, the only man he faced, and Rowland singled to center to drive in a run off him.
152.
Crowd here tonight, just like last night's basically, 15,252, 15252. The Rays have been averaging 23,000. Scutero shows bunt, takes a strike on the outside corner, bringing Longoria in from third. Bradford, no record in 5 games, his ERA 3.86. He was just reinstated from the 60-day disabled list. He missed 75 games. He had some surgery on his right elbow. Scutero checks his swing. Does he go around? Yes, he does on the appeal. As Bill Welke, the plate umpire, asked his older brother of 10 years, Tim, to make the final call. And one Welke to another, the end result, Scutero went around. It's 0-2. Stretch by Bradford. And a strike 2 pitch. Lined into center field, a base hit. Scutero with his second hit tonight. He is 2 for 5. He was 2 for 5 here last night.
Aaron Hill.
Batter is Aaron Hill. Randy Choate, the left-hander, is out in that Rays bullpen down the right field line. And with him is bulky right-hander Joe Nelson. Aaron is 1 for 4. He doubled and triggered a 3-run 4-hit rally in the 7th. We're in the 8th of a 9-9 game. Bradford in with a side-arming and submarining breaking ball, a slider. 0-1. Aaron hitting .296, 20 home runs. Adam Lind hit his 19th in the first inning here tonight and drove in his 58th run, one behind Hill's 59. Aaron takes strike 2 called. Jerry Howarth along with Alan Ashby and Tom Young here indoors at Tropicana Field with Mike and Jason Niven back in our Toronto studios. Game 2 of this 3-game series. Tomorrow we're on the air at noon. Give you the lineups, and then first pitch at 12:08. David Price 2-3 against Roy Halladay 10-2. Strike 2 pitch. Grounded to third base, charged by Longoria. Tough play. Fields throws, not in time. Base hit for Hill as Scutero goes up to second.
Base hit.
Longoria did all he could do, but on this high chopper, a couple of hops, there was no way Longoria was going to get Hill, and yet he made that effort. Nice, intelligent play by Pena at first base, realizing not to stretch and have this ball shoot on by and create a big error. Instead, kind of becoming a catcher, just keeping this in front.
Well, Joe Madden will go to his left-hander, Randy Choate, here in the 8th inning. The Blue Jays 9, the Rays 9. A lot to talk about on the home hardware out-of-town score. No record in 21 games. Good ERA, 1.26. Opponents have hit just 128 off him. Will take on left-handed hitting DH Adam Lind. Adam 1 for 4. The one was a home run with 2 outs and nobody on back in the first inning. Number 19 for him. He's driven in 58. Choate set. Pitch to Lind, a strike on the outside corner. Good slider. Adam hitting 308.
I can certainly live with that one.
A 9-9 game, 2-on-1 out here in the Blue Jays' 8th inning. 3-2 pitch to Lind. Line softly to left field, dropping quickly. On comes Crawford. He makes the catch. And the runners go back.
That was a very good at-bat by Adam Lind. After the first 2 sliders had him looking bad, Adam really tuned it up at that point, started trying to drive the ball the other way. Didn't hit this the way he wanted, but that was a great effort.
And with that, Joe Madden says to Randy Choate, good effort as well. And now we'll go back to the bullpen for right-hander Joe Nelson. 2 on 2 outs, 8th inning. The Blue Jays 9, the Rays 9. And once again,
here's Jerry Howarth.
Thank you, Mike. Scott Rowland steps up with 2 outs here in the Blue Jays' top of the 8th inning. 2 on 2 outs. A 9-9 game. Right-hander Joe Nelson is ready. And his first pitch to Rowland, who's 3 for 4 tonight with an RBI, is inside ball 1. Rowland has lifted his average to 331. Came in here hitting 325, and that was good enough for second in the league behind Seattle's Ichiro Suzuki at 358. Scudero at second, Hill at first. Rowland takes a fastball strike on the outside corner. It's 1-1. Nelson's 2-0 in 33 games, all out of the pen. His ERA 4.41. He's given up only 27 hits over 32 2/3 innings, 31 strikeouts, give him a strikeout an inning, and 19 walks. Joe Nelson. The 1-1 delivery is outside. Last 11 appearances, Nelson has given up 1 run over 11 2/3 innings with 11 strikeouts and 3 walks. That's pitching to an ERA of 0.77. Again, the runners lead. 2-1 pitch to Rowland. Foul back. He got a pitch up in the zone and just missed it.
That was your basic I'm not going to get cheated swing.
Nelson's been around for a while, signed here as a free agent in December, and actually returns to the organization. He was with the Florida Marlins last year. The Rays bullpen has been terrific. And asked to do it again here is Scott Rowland, trying to coax a 4th straight hit out of his bat. 9-9 the score. 2 down in the 8th to stretch. And the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. The inning is over. A great pitch by Nelson. The Blue Jays leave a couple. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Blue Jays 9, the Rays 9. You're listening to Blue Jays baseball on the Fan Radio Network. The Blue Jays are 4 for 14 hitting with men in scoring position tonight. The Rays 5 for 17.
That does it. I lost my big bet today. I laid everything on the fact that I would not hear the word cacophony during this broadcast.
Of course, you didn't think you were going to hear Happy Birthday, Alan, either.
No, I didn't, but I won't tell you which one I enjoyed more.
Now, let's see. 58 trombones.
Oh, my.
The big parade.
Enjoy the ball game now. We're deep into the 8th inning.
See, I know how to get to Alan. This took a few years, but I found a way. Here's Jason Fraser. I can't wait till you turn 60.
I look forward to the occasion.
I'm sure you do. There's a fastball for a strike from number 54, 4 years younger than Alan Ashby today.
Jerry just simply does not like to stay with the truth.
And those 2 walks and the hit batter all factored in significantly. The leadoff walk to B.J. Upton to start the game ended up at third, and Upton stole home off Talent as he made a throw to first with Carl Crawford at that bag. Then his next walk was to Kapler with the bases loaded. There's a gun ball to second. Hill has it backing up. From shallow right, throws Zobrist out with a pretty play. 1 down. Then when Talent hit Pena, that came with Longoria's double on in the fourth inning. The next pitch was Zobrist's home run to left field, and that was it for Talent. So he paid the price for his inaccuracies tonight. Dirk Hayhurst, 3 innings, gave up 1 run on 3 hits, kept the Blue Jays in the game. Jesse Carlson left 2 on in a scoreless 7th, and now Fraser here pitching in the bottom of the 8th. Right-hand hitting Pat Burrell up, takes outside ball 1. Have walked 33 in now 6 games. So better than 5 on the average per game. Full count pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out, and a nice splitter that was tumbling away from Burrell. 2 down.
It would take quite an effort to find out how many full counts we have looked at on this trip. But there have been a bunch of them.
2 outs in the Rays' 8th inning for Jason Bartlett, who's 2 for 4, a single and an RBI double. When he double home a run in the 6th inning, he gave the Rays a 9-6 lead. Well, that's when the Blue Jays went to work in the 7th off Kazmir and Balfour to tie it up. Bartlett swings and he misses strike 1. 1 Jason against another. Scott Rowland. The Rays have a 2.5 game lead on the Blue Jays in the standings. Red Sox came in with a game lead on the New York Yankees. 5.5 up on Tampa Bay, and the Blue Jays 8 back. Boston won its game 5-4 against Oakland at Fenway Park. So everybody trying to win to at least stay even where they are in the American League East standings. 2-2 pitch, fastball outside. Boston's the first team in the American League to get to 50 wins, and they're now at 51 and 33 with a win. The Dodgers are already there. They came in 53 and 30, the best record in baseball, and only one other team playing above 600 ball. That's Boston. The Yankees are close at 590. Those are your top 3 teams in Major League Baseball. Full count pitch, fouled off first base side. Philadelphia beat Cincinnati 3-2 in their game. They came in with a 2-game lead on the Marlins. The interesting note there, the Marlins have exactly the same record as the Blue Jays, 43 and 42. But they're just 2 back of the leaders, while the Blue Jays are 8 back in that tough AL East. Full count pitch is low, ball 4. What a plate appearance for Jason Bartlett.
And he may not be done being heard from. That speed of his likely to be an impact now.
Hitting for Capitol will be number 26, Gabe Gross.
Bartlett down at first base. He's been caught only once this year in 18 tries. To make him 17 of 18, as here's ex-Blue Jay Gabe Gross to bat for Gabe Kapler. Gross hitting .278, an outstanding hitter in his career against right-handed pitching, and here he is in his element against the right-hander Fraser. Gross has 4 home runs. He's driven in 24. Off the bench, 0 for 10 this year for Joe Madden's Rays. Rios will play him deep in right, Wells deep in center, and Bautista push back in left. Blue Jays 9, the Rays 9 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. A 2-out walk puts Bartlett at first, and he draws a throw from Fraser. Bartlett held on by Kevin Millar. They play Gross to pull, so if Bartlett takes off, Scudero from short will cover the bag. Raul Chavez sets the target. Bartlett does not go. Gross takes inside, ball 1. Rays 9 runs, 15 hits, no errors, 10 left. Blue Jays 9 runs, 14 hits, no errors, 7 left. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning with 2 outs. Fraser lob again to first base. Gross just 4 for his last 19 in his last 6 games. But we said in his career, pretty good hitter against right-handed pitching, .258 with 34 home runs. Against left-handed pitching, just a .169 hitter with only 3 home runs. And thus a perfect fit with Kapler in right field for the Rays this year. The 1-0 pitch to him is high. The throw to first is high as well. Caught by Millar, but back in safely is Bartlett. And ever thinking All-Star second baseman Aaron Hill was breaking to the line in case that ball would evade Millar in any way to back up. Smart play. Aaron Hill, just a smart play. 2-0 on Gross, so Frazier's really put himself in a fix here. It's only 322 to right, not much of a power alley in right center. Frazier the stretch. Bartlett does not go. Gross takes a strike on the inside corner.
Well, you have to believe that Raul Chavez is impacting the decisions for these Rays to not run, because generally speaking, they're going to run just nonstop.
Only one stolen base tonight for the Rays, and that was of home, and that was not against Chavez. That was off Brian Tallett. B.J. Upton down from third. Tallett threw to first with Crawford there, and on the move to first, Upton broke to the plate and scored, beating Millar's throw. That gave the Rays their first run of 9. That offset the Blue Jays' first run of 9. Adam Lynn's home run back in the first with 2 outs, his 19th. The stretch. There goes Bartlett. 2-1 pitch low. A strike throw by Chavez. The tag by Scudero not in time. And a stolen base for Bartlett as Gross actually took that pitch for a strike. It's 2-2.
This throw gets a lot of runners, but not Jason Bartlett. And this wasn't the perfect throw that we've been seeing consistently from Raul. Got rid of it quickly, a lot on it, but a bit high on the shortstop side.
Good call by second base ump Jim Reynolds. Scudero had to stretch and come back, and it was too late. Now the go-ahead runs in scoring position here in the Rays' 8th inning. The game tied at 9.
Even with the good jump, Chavez had the ball to second base in time. It's just the location in terms of where this ball was.
Yeah, if that throw's not on the shortstop side and it's anywhere near the bag itself, he's out. Chavez came in here having thrown out 50% of runners trying to steal, 11 of 22. So it's 2-2 on Gross. Frazier's battled back from a 2-0 count. Bartlett the lead at second. Frazier to his hitter. Splitter moves outside, 3-2. On deck, catcher Deanna Navarro. Frazier reading Chavez. Now wants another series of signs. On that home hardware out-of-town scoreboard, Manny being Manny has led to a home run off closer Francisco Rodriguez. And the Mets lead is down to 1 now, 5-4 at Citi Field in the top of the 9th. Manny's 8th. Full count pitch. Outside, ball 4. 2 straight walks. And that would make it 7 for the night. As Willie Ibar now will bat for Deanna Navarro.
Jason Frazier has slowed an already creeping game down to an absolute crawl. This is hard. I love the game, but it's hard, I think, for fans to watch this game when there's just a lot of standing around. And that's what it's turned into for the moment.
Willie Ibar is hitting .281. Switch hitter batting left-handed, .290. He has 4 of his 7 home runs batting left-handed. As a pinch hitter, 2 for 11. Pitching coach Brad Arnsberg sprints to the mound here to talk to Frazier in the bottom of the 8th inning. A 9-9 game, but the Rays with 2 outs have seen Bartlett walk after nearly homering down the left field line. He steals second, and that leads to the walk to Gross. Ibar Malaar is 1 for 2 against Fraser in just those 2 career at-bats. The Blue Jays on this road trip with the 7 walks tonight have walked 35 in 6 games.
Jason's working on an inning now that saw him get the first 2 hitters where he could very likely throw 30-plus pitches.
Okay, here's Ibar. Navarro went 3 for 4. But here, Joe Madden wants Ibar, the left-handed hitter, to try and give Tampa Bay the lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning with 2 on and 2 outs of a 9-9 game. Fraser's pitch hit into the air in the center field, not that deep. Waiting for it, Vernon Wells looks up into the roof, makes the catch, and the inning is over. To the 9th we go. 9's the number. Both teams have it. You're listening to Blue Jays baseball on the Fan Radio Network.
On Toronto Sports Radio, the Fan 590.
Top of the 9th inning, the Blue Jays 9, the Rays 9. Left-hander Scott Downs was just activated today. To make room for him, B.J. Ryan was released with a 1.5 years left on his contract. Is starting to warm up. The Blue Jays have put Downs back in the closer's role. And here, whether the Blue Jays end up going ahead or not, the odds are he's going to pitch in the bottom of the 9th. Vernon Wells takes strike 1 called from left-hander J.P. Howell, who has just come on for the Rays. Vernon here tonight, 2 for 4, and he has scored 3 runs. He has homered his 9th, singled and scored, fouled out and reached on a ground ball, and then later scored as well in the 3-run 7th inning. Vernon fouls one off down the third base side. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Gabe Gross comes in the game to play right field after he pinch hit and walked for right fielder Gabe Kapler. Then after Willie Ibar pinch hit and flied out on 1 pitch to center to end the inning, leaving 2 on, Michel Hernandez comes on to catch. He's from Cuba, born in Havana. Wells bounds one foul toward his own third base dugout. And it's still 0-2 on Vernon here, starting the top of the 9th. For the Rays, and Crawford in left, Upton in center, and Gross now in right, with Hernandez catching Howell, Longoria at third, Bartlett at short, Zobrist at first, and Pena. Zobrist at second, and Pena at first. Strike 2 pitch. There, strike 3 called, and Vernon knew it.
Number 30, Kevin Millar.
Batter is Kevin Millar. Howell has not allowed a run in his last 16 appearances. He's worked 15 1/3 scoreless innings and has allowed just 8 hits. With 18 strikeouts, now he has walked 8. Millar takes outside ball 1. His fastball is about 85 or 86, but with his changeup and slider, he has been one of the best relievers in the game. Millar takes a strike. It's 1-1.
Been all about deception for J.P. Howell. If he had to rely on this fastball, he'd have a hard time getting through the lower minor leagues.
No, but with everything else, he has been stunning. The 1-1 pitch, full foul, third base side. One ball and 2 strikes on Millar. Kevin 2 for 3, a single and an RBI double. He's also walked. 1-2 pitch to him, a slider foul back to the screen. Real interesting to note about J.P. Howell. He's not that big. He's a left-hander who, as we said, is not overpowering. He attended the University of Texas, a great baseball school. The 1-2 pitch is outside. He broke Roger Clemens' 2-season record for most strikeouts when he was at the University of Texas. So you talk about a contrast in styles. That's how good J.P. Howell was then and now with that deception. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He strikes out another big leaguer. 2 down.
Of course, Roger Clemens at that time was also developing physically and developing his fastball. He talks about the fact that when he was a high school kid coming out to go to college ball, Roger said his fastball was about 86.
Doesn't that tell you, though, what a pitcher J.P. Howell is?
Yeah, he's a guy that has learned the craft all around the inability to throw hard.
A 9-9 tie, 2 outs here in the Blue Jays, top of the 9th for Alex Rios. Slider for a strike. Rios has a couple of RBIs this evening. One on a ground ball, one on a single to center that tied the game at 9 in the 3-run 7th inning. He takes it low, half swing on that slider from Howell. It's 1-1. Adam Lind homered in the first, his 19th. And after B.J. Upton stole home in the bottom of the first on Tallett's pickoff move to first, Vernon homered leading off the second, Wells 9th. And the Blue Jays had a 2-1 lead as Rios takes it low. The Rays 2 in the second to take the lead of 3-2. 2 in the third, and then the Blue Jays tied it with 3 in the fourth. Rios' ground ball brought the club to within 2, and then Marco Scudero with a 2-out, 2-run single to right to tie the game at 5. But Ben Zobrist homered with 2 men on in the bottom of the fourth off Brian Tallett. Rios hits a 2-hopper down to third. Longoria throws Alex out, and with that, the inning is over. Each club scored in the 6th. The Blue Jays 3 in the 7th to tie it on RBIs by Rowland, Millar, and Rios, and still tied at 9 as we go to the bottom of the 9th. You're listening to Blue Jays baseball here in St. Pete on the Fan Radio Network. Walk twice. The hit he drove in a run with. And with one of the 2 walks, he later scored. He poses a threat on a couple of fronts, and it reflects the Rays' ability to hit home runs and steal bases. Upton has 7 home runs and 31 stolen bases, including his theft of home here tonight. Frazier set. And his first pitch of the bottom of the 9th is low and away, ball 1. Right-hander Lance Cormier begins to warm up in the Rays bullpen and right. Crowd starting to chant, BJ. Fastball strike on the outside corner. It's 1-1. Upton officially 1 for 3 and 2 walks. So as a leadoff man, he's done his job. He's reached 3 times and scored a run and driven in 1. Scott Downs back up in that Blue Jays bullpen and left. Blazers 1-1 pitch. A fastball drilled in for a strike on the outside corner at the knees. Frazier gets ahead 1-2. With Carl Crawford on deck, a left-handed hitter. Then Evan Longoria and another left-handed hitter in Carlos Pena. Tito Gaston could very well just want Frazier here to face one man in this bottom of the 9th inning. Frazier got 2 quick outs in the 8th, walked 2, and then on 1 pitch induced pinch hitter Willie Ibar to fly out to center. His 1-2 delivery moves outside. Two and 2 on B.J. Upton. Rays are ready. And lets her fly. Fastball outside. Frazier's walked 2 in his inning to this point. As we said, the Blue Jays have walked 35 now on this 6-game road trip. This being the 6th game, they're only 1-4. A stretch. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And he threw it right by him. A great slider that was up in the zone.
How about that for a way to start the 9th inning? Throwing a slider on the 3-2 to B.J. Upton. Yes, he has lots of power, but that's a lot of confidence in that slider to throw a strike.
The batter, Carl Crawford, and Cito at this point will stay with Fraser in a 9-9 game here, bottom of the 9th inning in St. Pete. Crawford is 1 for 5 tonight, 1 for 10 in the series. He takes it low, ball 1. But don't let that fool you. He has always hit well against the Blue Jays, and that includes hitting home runs. Crawford, it's a ground ball down the right-hand side, foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. Crawford has 2 home runs this year against the Blue Jays, 18 in his career. And of course, when he gets on, he leads the major leagues with 41 stolen bases. So the Rays giving it their best shot here in the bottom of the 9th inning to try and win it. They had the walk-off home run in the 11th last night by Pat Burrell. Crawford grounds one into the hole at short. Backhand by Scudero. Jump. Throw. They won't get him. Base hit.
What an effort on a ball hit by Carl Crawford. You figure you have no chance, but Marco does not know how to quit.
Now with Longoria coming up here, and tonight a double in 4 trips, and struggling at the plate. The double still makes him just 3 for his last 35. We'll see if Carl Crawford tries to use that speed. It's always been a weapon for Tampa Bay. You'd certainly assume he would try and take off.
Even with Chavez behind the plate, I think Tampa Bay has to say, look, it's time for the running game.
Nick Leyva controls that running game from the Blue Jays' third base dugout. We'll see if he puts a first pitch out on. Millar holds on Crawford. He loves to run on first pitches. A 9-9 game, bottom of the 9th, 1 out, the stretch. Quick throw over, and Crawford awkwardly gets back in, standing up.
For me, the way you shut it down again, though, with a guy like Carl Crawford who wants to run is just slide step to the plate. Carl Crawford, between that slide step and the throwing arm and capabilities of Chavez, I don't think he can run.
The lob to first.
Lobs to first do absolutely nothing.
With Longoria's ability to pull, Scudero's more toward the hole at short. So if Crawford takes off, he'll closer to the bag at second. Will take that throw from Raul Chavez. Winning run at first base, 1 out, 9th inning. The stretch. Crawford does not go. And Fraser with a pretty high leg kick misses low, ball 1.
I was just going to say, Carl Crawford got a read at least on what Jason Fraser is likely to do. If he comes up with that high leg kick again, see you later for Crawford.
Fraser was quick to the plate, but with that high leg kick, and then did not make a good quality pitch. Crawford studies the right-hander. Gets his lead again, and Jason keeps the glove at the chest. Crawford does not go. Longoria swings and he misses 1-1. Nice splitter there from Fraser.
Longoria is a bit of a mess at the plate right now. This is not the same guy that when he gets hot can just tear it up.
Hasn't homered in 16 games, and so dangerous here as it is. Speed at first, power at the plate. Both going to the All-Star game. Fraser set. Crawford the lead in, draws the throw again. The outfield is deep. Now Longoria has shown that he does not run that well, and here tonight in the 5th inning he hit into a short to second to first double play, which might make it even more imperative for Crawford to try to run here. The stretch. He does not go. Fastball strike on the outside corner, well placed. It's 1-2. On deck, left-handed hitting Carlos Pena with Scott Downs available in that bullpen down the left field line. He's finished his warm-ups. He's just watching from the bullpen mound, as we all are watching here at Tropicana Field. 9-9 the score, bottom of the 9th, 1 out. Crawford the lead. Long stretch, and now time asked for by Longoria, and he gets it from the plate on Bill Welke. Longoria steps back in there, very erect stance, tall right-handed hitter. Roland backed up at third. Millar holds on Crawford and all that speed at first. The stretch. There goes Crawford. 1-2 pitch low. The throw, the slide. He's in with number 42.
Carl Crawford is clearly the class of the thieves around Major League Baseball. His speed is just too much.
And he's able to go in feet first, which in the long run in his career is going to save him a lot of wear and tear and a lot of perhaps injuries as well.
As you get those legs straightened coming into the bag, that's as quickly as you can get there. And it enables him to be going so hard at the bag.
Winning run at second base. One out in the Tampa Bay bottom of the ninth. A 9-9 score. It's 2-2 on Longoria. Fraser looks back at second, takes the stretch. Crawford lead. Pitch on the way to Longoria is low, a splitter, ball 3.
I can assure you that Carl Crawford has on his mind right now some way to find a chance to take off for third.
And look what his presence has meant, because just as that pitch was thrown, both Hill and Scudero were very close to the second base bag, opening up the holes on the infield for Longoria if he makes contact. That's what speed can do for you. Now Marco will be more in the hole, and so it's the right side that's opened up as Hill comes close to the bag to keep Crawford there. 3-2 on Longoria. Fraser set. And the full count pitch. Strike 3 called. A tumbling splitter comes in to fool Longoria. 2 down.
This is certainly a period of time where you'd love to be able to pick up some wins against Tampa Bay with Evan Longoria key in their offense, not swinging it well.
Cito Gaston will bring in Scott Downs. We're in the bottom of the 9th inning. A 9-9 tie. Carl Crawford. Downs the stretch. First time back from the disabled list. Crawford goes. A pitch, a strike, and there's no throw. They'll let him go into third base. A stolen base. 2 in the inning, and that would be 43 to lead the major leagues. But it's 0-1 now on Pena, who in his career against Scott Downs is 1 for 11 with 6 strikeouts. An 0-91 hitter. And that's why Downs here is content just to let Crawford run, but try and get Pena and send this to the 10th. Downs last worked on June the 16th at Philadelphia, and in that interleague game hitting, broke out of the box and sprained his big toe on that push-off foot, the left foot. Put him on the DL until today. The strike 1 pitch is outside. At 3 o'clock today here at the ballpark, the Blue Jays called in B.J. Ryan and released him to make room for Downs. With a year and a half left on his contract, the Blue Jays eat $15 million. Ryan just didn't have it going back to spring training, and the Blue Jays cut the ties with him today. Crawford at third base. Now the shift is on, and Roland is kind of in no man's land there on the left-hand side. Winning run at third. The 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed, strike 2. You know, with the Rays, and they've already stolen home here tonight in the first inning on the talent pickoff throw to first to Crawford. Upton, with nobody holding him on, stole home. You wonder if Crawford's thinking about that right here.
Trying to figure out some way, how can I take off? Pena is a guy who hasn't hit for batting average this year at .228, and against the lefty Downs, it wouldn't figure to be the best opportunity for Tampa Bay.
No, now the count's 1-2, so even if he broke a called third strike, would negate that. Here's the 1-2 pitch outside. 2-2 on Pena, leading the American League with 23 home runs. Here tonight, he is 1 for 4 with a double, and has also been hit by a pitch and scored on a Ben Zobrist 3-run home run to left in the 4th inning, knocking out starter Brian Tallett. who gave up 8 runs on 11 hits over just 3+ innings tonight. Blue Jays bullpen has allowed just 1 run since. Tied at 9. And the 2-2 pitch just outside, ball 3.
Then we might see Pena try to make an adjustment and try to keep that front shoulder down, maybe hit something on the ground on the left side against the lefty here with that shift on. But Carlos Pena basically has one way to hit, and he's going after it.
Aaron Hill's well out in right field on that shift. Scudero playing second, rolling about a third of the way toward the bag at second. Crawford at third base, 2 down in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Rays and Blue Jays tied at 9. 3-2 the count on Pena, who asks for time and gets it. Downs 1-0 in 26 games, ERA under 2 at 1.98. 28 strikeouts, only 4 walks over 27 and a third innings. He takes the stretch. And the 3-2 pitch outside, ball 4. Pena walks and passes it on to Ben Zobrist.
That is not the course of action that Scott Downs wanted.
The 8th walk issued to the Rays tonight. Here is Ben Zobrist going to the All-Star game with games just like this here tonight. Singled and scored in the 2-run third. Hit a 3-run home run in 17th to knock out Callett and give the Rays an 8-5 lead in the 4th. Walked and scored in the 6th. Pitching coach Brad Arnsberg to the mound. Now you've got Zobrist here against Downs. Zobrist has had just 1 at-bat against Scott. He's also walked. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. After Zobrist is Pat Burrell, who is 3 for 7, a .429 hitter against Downs. So you've got second base open. The winning run at third with 2 down in the bottom of the 9th.
For me, probably the key is that Zobrist, a switch hitter batting right-handed, has hit about .330 this year against left-handers. So he's probably feeling rather comfy.
Zobrist comes up here trying to add to his all-star credentials. Tall, rangy right-handed hitter. He's played the infield, the outfield, played and started 6 different positions this year with the Rays. Winning run at third. Downs' first pitch, a strike on the outside corner. Good fastball, well placed. Frazier strikes out 2 in the inning, but Crawford singles infield and steals second. Enters stage left, Scott Downs, to walk Carlos Pena, and now battles Zobrist to try and send it to extra innings. Strike 1 pitch. Moves inside, 1-1. This game 4 hours and 5 minutes old, and it's not over yet, and we're just in the 9th inning. Downs is set. Here's his 1-1 pitch. Outside, ball 2, 2-1.
Something is wrong when a major league game goes 9 innings and you play for 4+ hours. World-class marathoners have completed their 26.2 miles almost an hour and a half ago.
The game has produced 30 hits, and the Rays are trying to make it 31, and if they do in this inning, it's over. They've out-hit the Blue Jays 16-14. The stretch. Downs back 2-1. Swinging a line drive to right center field. That's the 31st hit, and the Rays win it 10-9. A second straight walk-off win for Tampa Bay as a shell-shocked Blue Jays club looks on from the third base dugout.
Well, like I said, Ben Zobrist was not who you wanted Scott Downs facing right there. From the right side of the plate, he looks just locked in. And he just lined that pitch away into right center. Perfectly done.
In 9, the Rays 10, the Blue Jays 9 in 4 hours and 5 minutes. We'll be back with the totals and more right after this as you're listening to Blue Jays baseball on the Fan Radio Network. Jason Frazier is the loser. He falls to 5-2 with 1 out in the ninth inning. Gave up the single to Carl Crawford, who then stole second. Longoria struck out. Downs on. And then after the walk to Pena, which was huge, and looking back, Zobrist wins it. And for Frazier with the loss, he is 5-2. The game took 4 hours and 5 minutes to play. Played before 15,252. And with it, the Rays now have won 7 straight at home and 12 of the last 13. They're 46-39. They now have a 3.5 game lead on the 4th place Blue Jays, who have now reached the 500 mark for the first time all season. The Blue Jays are 43-43 and have lost 9 of their last 11. And we'll be back to wrap it up on our end right after this as you're listening to Blue Jays baseball on the Fan Radio Network.